Man, cool beans. Hey everybody, welcome to Stereo Dread, powered by Dezombified. With me is the gritty and hella feisty Dominican dandy, Miss Stereo.
Hi everybody, we're still working on the audio. Hopefully you guys can hear us now. Let us know.
Yes.
Okay, great. Now
Thank you. So, with me in the studio is the Dominican dandy, Miss Stereo.
And with me in the studio is the Puerto Rican Prince of Poetry, Kenny Dreadful.
That's right, baby. You know it. So today's ladies' night. Ooh, yeah. We're going to have Penny Tailsup, the one and only. And we're going to have Auntie Creeps into his house. So grab your popcorn, grab some suds, and anything else you need. Sit back and relax. Because we're going to be in for a nice time with these two wonderful narrators that are right here on YouTube. Real quick, while Miss Stereo is lost in the sauce, I don't know what she's doing. I'm going to just lean over here and grab this mouse. I'm going to scroll up to the top, and I'm going to do some roll calls. Knock, knock, Miss Stereo.
Who's there?
MD, Miss Stereo.
MD who, Kenny Dreadful?
MD Who Entertainment is into his house. Bansheeba, she's into his house. And welcome all. It's good to see each and every one of you. All right, we have the wonderful AK Phoenix, everybody. AK Phoenix, she's into his house. We got Nina Love, everybody. Nina Love, the wonderful Nina Love. She's into his house. We have Crazy Ralph the 13th. Thank you so much, Crazy Ralph the 13th, for tuning in. He's into his house. Shark Bite 15 is into his house. Woo! Experimental Dark is also into his house. Don't forget to subscribe, Crazy Ralph, and Experimental Dark. We'd appreciate it. Space Oddity Kayla is also in his house. And shouts out to Dennis, a brother. I hope he's doing better. Let's see. Who else is up in this piece? Let's see. Scrolling. Christine Baker. She's in his house. Nice. It's nice to see you, Christine Baker. She's amazing, everybody. Oh my God. I can't believe he's here, man. He's so evil. The evil outcast. Isn't it his house? What is it? Let's see who else is in this piece. I love shouting all my people out. Anybody in the chat, you just throw your little name up there and I'll give you a shout out. Let's do it. Can't wait to get to these interviews. Oh my Lord. Not again. We got Dingleberries in his house. Yes, Dingleberries. Spread those berries. Don't be cheap with the berries, Dingo. Oh boy. We got Dustin Fleming, everybody. Dustin Fleming is in his house. Alrighty now. We got any lurkers? Let yourselves be known. And don't forget to hit that like button. It looks something sort of like this. And then you take a thumb or a finger and you just press it. It's so easy. Even my great-great-grandmother knows how to hit that like button. Shouts out to great-great-granny. Now, Mysterio, we seem to be all caught up with the shout-outs. So, what is next?
So, I realized something. When you get closer to the mic,
yeah,
there's less of an echo. I'm gonna test that one more time right here on my ear when I spoke. And then we'll see if that's true. Let's see.
Is there still an echo if I bring the mic closer to my mouth? Alright guys, don't get any nasty ideas out there. You're just nasty. Oh boy. Alright. So it's Friday night. Thank goodness. The week flew by so fast. I'm just happy it's here, y'all. Cause I got the weekend off. Yeah, baby. I get to relax and kick back and watch some sports or whatever the hell. So what's going on, Mysterio? Get this party rolling.
Well, I have sent links to both Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup. Hopefully,
sweet.
If things go as planned, which they already haven't, because, you know, I have been going through hell and back with this stupid audio issue that we've been having since we began, honestly. But hopefully we will be interviewing Miss Auntie Creeps very shortly. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I hope that, you know, everything goes as planned. And oh yeah. Here, let me
I gotta do a roll call. We got Gibby Lanes, everybody. Gibby Lanes is in his house. I think we all want to be like Gibby Lanes, everybody. I know when I grow up, I want to be just like Gibby Lanes. Or maybe Dingleberry. Oh boy. Here we go, everybody. We're going to do the anthem right quick. And we'll be right back.
Okay, let's see how this goes with the audio.
Give me that.
What I'm gonna try to do first is that
oh man, that's so awesome. I love his name, Gibby.
It sounds fun, right?
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
It just rolls off the tongue. Gibby Lanes. Try it, people.
We're gonna put on the Z Horde anthem. Hopefully you guys will like it. And then let's see what happens. Let us know in the chat. By the way, there is if it sounds horrible.
Yeah,
okay?
because listen, I need to eat my dinner, which is ramen noodles, beef flavor, y'all. That's my dinner for tonight. I wasn't lying when I said we're having ramen noodles and ice cream sandwiches. But it's all good because I'm still happy in the inside.
Right. Okie dokie. BRB. This one goes out to all you Dezomba friends, the Z Horde. We want you to know just how much we love you.
Shout out to Ophelia Noctis, creepy clown girl, dark carnival got this. A local nightmare, it's so amazing. Puerto Rican Jose's entertaining. Dark waters, dog man is twisted. Asia 1994, really gifted. Dustin Fleming's stronger than the rock. Hellfire's out here making everything hot. Yeah, Braden 23 of fire is a G. We're kryptonites down, Kitty's family.
Hello.
Now
What
there
the
are times
heck?
when we all need gore. Danny Martians in the house, never know what's in store. Mandy Mortem is legit and a queen. Gothic Rose enchanting, she's on the scene. 13 past midnight, things that go bump in the night. Gory B, horror addicts are out of sight. Big ups to the late horror show. Emily's Adventures in Horrorland, here we go. And you know we gotta keep them dice rolling. MD Who Entertainment, she's been chosen. Give it up for the evil outcast. Swedish mom is dope, yo, you know she got class. So if you get bad vibes from storytelling, then these monsters in my mind will leave you yelling. You see, we all about hearing stranger stories. On the creeps so sweet, she really got love for me. Penny Tailsup, narrating for the win. Queenie Todd, they amazing, but real dark and grim. The Mentor Centaurs, Flickathon, Swamp Dwellers, Scolded 22, they be our fellas. Anime Atome, Time We Lives, our fantastic panic deep. Paranormal history, great graphics. What's up, Bullis Greedy? I meant CP. I'm gonna get so bent with Nefarious TV. Slumberies, Art of Morbid, Cap 7, Truly Salmon. And we can never forget about Karen. 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 Karen.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Really appreciate each and every one of you being here for not only us, but for Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup. You know, we need to show that Z Horde love to these two talented ladies of horror narration. You understand? We need to show them support and love. I love them so much because, you know, back in the day when we started, like, you know, listening to horror narrations, wasn't too many female horror narrators around. You know, Auntie Creeps is an OG, you know, in that area. So we're so excited to have her on, man.
Oh, yes, we are.
She's a legend, bro. Auntie Creeps is straight up legend status, you know?
Yes, she is. That is true. I do want to let you guys know that, you know, we're very thankful for you guys. Not that many supporters of YouTube channels will sit there and wait, you know, even when the creator is late to their own live stream. We've been having a lot of issues with audios. I was trying to fiddle around with Voice Meter Banana, which is a program for audio. For, gosh, I think it was 4 hours, was it, honey?
Yeah, listen, I believe that Voice Meter Banana is our Flappy Birds. Remember that game, Flappy Birds? Remember how frustrating it was to try to play Flappy Bird? Well, this is how it is for Mysterio with the Voice Meter Banana. I mean, if she could throw it, if she could throw that laptop and smash it, she probably would, because she's so frustrated.
No, it is frustrating because the thing is, see, right now you guys don't hear an echo. And the reason for that is because I have muted the output in Streamlabs OBS. Now, the issue is if we want to get somebody to call in, like we're going to do in Hangouts, that echo will be back for us. Okay? It won't be back for the whoever's on the Hangouts. So whoever we're interviewing, you're not going to hear an echo out of them. You know, unless their mic's not muted and then there's some playback in the background or something like that. But I tell you, this is like so frustrating. And then, you know, well, that's why I guess we need to tackle the problem with hardware, because software is something that's very finicky and it just doesn't work that well, especially if it's free software. You guys know how that goes. With free, you get what you pay for, basically, you know, and we're basically starting from scratch. So everything we're doing has to be either ridiculously low cost.
We got a roll call. We got, yo, you hear that? I hear some mad chatter in my headphones. The mad chatter is in his house. What is going on, mad chatter?
I like it when you do that. Hi, welcome, mad chatter. Thank you for being here. Later on tonight, the Dark Somnium will be streaming, says Christine Baker. Hope y'all can do a Dezombified raid. Ooh, we'll see what happens. Let's see how it goes. How long we're gonna be here, I'm not too sure, but I know that in about 10 minutes or so we should be expecting the lovely Auntie Creeps to join us, and we will interview her. Then about half an hour later we will be interviewing Miss Penny Tailsup. Got some questions for her as well. Then after that, it's ladies' night, and we're just gonna hang out, talk about whatever, and let's see what happens. It's unexpected, always. You know what it is. Hi, Penny says she's listening, but she's not home yet. Thank you,
Penny
honey.
Tailsup is in his house. She ain't home yet, but she will be. And once she gets there, we'll have her on.
Yes, we will. That's right.
But yo, fellas, don't worry. I ain't forgot about you. You know what tonight is, boys?
It's that time.
It's that time for some hangman, baby. Just
Y'all-
me and the boys. Ha ha! Yeah.
Yeah, the boys will be playing hangman in the chat while the ladies are talking. So this is gonna be fun. And yes, Nina Love, I agree with you. Mad Chatter is a cool name. Like, that's really clever.
Yeah, it is. I think we said that when we had Mad Chatter on the phone once before. Well, we were looking at his channel, and we said it was a cool name then. But, yo, we're going to have Mad Chatter on next week. We're going to have Mad Chatter on next week, people. As well as Nightmare Files. So if you're into Nightmare Files, if you're into Mad Chatter, Monsters in My Mind, I mean, Timothy Duran, David de Blasi, what was his name? The author? What's his name? De Blasi something?
Oh, yeah, Paul de Blaze.
Paul de Blasi.
Yeah.
We're going to have the Late Horror Show.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy next week with the, excuse me, with the interviews.
That's right. I think Karen was saying we forgot her roll call.
Karen, baby. Karen. She's in his house. It's good to see you. I was kind of worried about you. I didn't know where you were.
I know.
For the past 2 live streams, but seeing you back, yeah. That's what's up. It's good to know you okay, baby.
Yeah, let us know how you been, girl. Let's see. MD Who Entertainment says she always hears Match. She's so clever. Like, MD Who always has something very funny to say and stuff. And she's the type of person that she's unexpected. She's the type of person that she could be a comedian and you could never tell because, you know, she sounds so soft and sweet. But her clever little lines that she just pulls out of her hat every now and then, it's really funny.
No, we have not interviewed Night Terror yet.
Not yet.
That's next week.
Yep.
It's going to be crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Now, once we get after that, I'm going to try to work on Dark Somniacs. what's his name? Dark Sonomiums?
Somnium, yeah.
Something like that. I'm going to try to get that guy on here. Being that people keep mentioning that name, now I got to try to get that person on here.
That's true. Oh my goodness. I love you guys. You guys are so just... I mean, the fact that you guys help us carry the show as well. I don't think you guys realize just how important the guests are.
You know why?
The audience.
Because they're co-stars. Each and every one of you, baby.
Yes, that's
You're
right.
co-stars here.
Yeah, they
Don't
help.
forget it, baby.
That's true. You know, I mean, and you know, that's one thing that gets me upset about some other creators, that sometimes I feel like a lot of them, not a lot of them, but a good number of other creators ignore their audience so much.
Every day, all day, ignoring their audience. Shame on you, poopy head.
God. But you know, and hey, I'm not judging, because imagine, I mean, it's hard for us now keeping up with the amount of subscribers we have, and I can't even imagine trying to juggle all of that if it was millions and millions of subscribers, you know. But the guys who are here now with us, the ones who are with us every day, day in and day out, on Discord, on Twitter, every social media out there that we are involved with, those are the, you know, the pioneers of the Dezombified Z-Horde, you know. So those are the ones, people like Creepy Clown Girl, Jose Puerto Rican, of course Penny was there
right.
our first
But did you
live.
tell them the good news?
What?
Yeah, Penny was there for our first live,
Yes.
as well as Auntie Creeps. So they're day oneers, you know? They've been there since day one. But have you told them what we're going to be doing soon? We're going to be doing a two week in a row live streaming. We're going to be live streaming for 2 weeks consecutive, back to back.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We're going to be live streaming for 2 weeks straight, people. So be here for that. Let's see what's in the chat, though. Let me get that. Scroll back a little, please.
That's going to be interesting.
Scroll back a little, please.
Okay, let's scroll back a little.
I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, cool. Let me get that.
Okay, here you go.
So we gotta goes and oh, I see someone said that Dark Somniac is gonna be live streaming for 2 days in a row. Oh, wow, just imagine once we do that 2 week in a row live stream, we're gonna blow people's minds.
Oh, we'll be dead halfway through it, one way or the other.
We're gonna do it, baby.
I don't know.
We're gonna do it.
I definitely do not know how that's gonna go. I don't even know if you're being half serious or half joking or something. That's gonna be crazy.
You're gonna go into the shower with us, into the bathroom. We're gonna take you to the supermarket. We're gonna take you with us when we're cleaning the house, cleaning the steps, paying the bills. It's gonna be 2 weeks in a row.
He's just playing, because no way am I going to do this for no 2 weeks in a row. That's just crazy.
Philia Noctis is in his house.
Hi,
what is going
Philia.
on? Philia Noctis. She's amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
I just ate my dinner, Philia. A cup of ramen noodles. Just hit the spot.
Oh, my goodness. Nah, I'm sorry, but I don't know. I don't judge anybody. You do what you got to do, but I cannot... live stream not even 24 hours. I understand if we have pre-recorded material and we jump in every now and then, that's fine, that's okay, but to be doing that like 2 days in a row, even 24 hours.
Listen, when you hustling and grinding, you got to get all those eyeballs on you to get all those subscriptions, man. You got to. When you hustling and grinding, you got to do it.
But with us, it's not about subscriptions or numbers. With us, it's about the quality.
That's right. It's all about the people.
That's crazy. Nah, I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot just do that to myself. You know what I mean? Because honestly, think about it. You know, I mean, if you're young, have no kids, not married, then hey, cool, whatever. You might have the stamina.
Yo, is that AC off?
No, it's not. It's on low because my
no.
toes are freezing.
No.
Okie dokie. So, alrighty then. So, I'm over here looking. Hey, I have a question for you guys. Could you do me a favor? Could you go on Twitter and let me know, those of you who can, all right, let me know if there are any articles or anything weird lately that you have seen, like anything ghostly, UFOs, apparition, Bigfoot, whatever, that you have seen lately that you would like us to cover here, that you would like us to talk about. Maybe you can send us a link. If you're a mod, you can put the link right in the chat and we'll go check it out. If you think that, you know how we do. Sometimes we find like weird stuff online and we'll go and look at it and share it with you guys. Let us know if there is anything you would like us.
Where's Auntie Creeps at?
I don't know, but she'll be here. She'll be here. That's our girl.
Auntie Creeps.
Woo!
Auntie Creeps.
Yeah.
Auntie
I love
Creeps.
Auntie Creeps. She is so
Auntie
awesome.
Creeps, do it.
She is so awesome. She really is. Mama Philia. Alrighty. Hi, Banshiva. Thank you for being here, love. I'm so happy to see him. Yeah, you're right, Banshiva. 2 days is rough. I mean, kudos to him if he actually pulls it off without passing out. Unless he has, like pre-recorded stuff going on and stuff or whatever, then I understand. Okay. So, Philia says she just got the notification. That's crazy. I had that for a while already. Okay, here, let me send this thing again. Here we go. So, yeah. I think we had posted this for a while already, earlier today, actually, before I tried to come upstairs and mingle with and mess around with the I think we got something. Hold on a second. Let me see here. And it is correct. Let's see here. You have to either put on headphones, Lovey, or put.
Busy. Just made me into a
That's okay. Hi, can you guys hear Auntie Creeps? Let us know if you guys can hear Auntie Creeps. Oh my God! Hi, Auntie Creeps. I'm so happy to see you.
Hello. What's up, Dezombified Nation?
Hello. I am so happy to see you and have you here. We are huge fans of you.
Oh,
Auntie
I'm so
Creeps.
happy to be here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we truly are fans of you, Auntie Creeps. Like, for real, you are awesome.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Really nice to hear. I appreciate that.
Oh my God, I'm so honored.
Well, I'm fans of you guys too, so.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Like, could you imagine? That's like, how do you call it? That's kind of unsettling for me that somebody that I'm fangirling over says they're a fan of me, because how the hell, I'm like, we're not worthy. If you guys don't know and you live on another planet, okay, or you just don't know, Auntie Creeps is one of the pioneers of female horror narration. Now, it's like we always say, this is mainly a male-dominated area, but there are a few ladies coming up now, and I believe you're one of the ones that started it, and you're kind of a trailblazer. Oh. No, you kind of are. I mean, what do you think about that?
I've been at it for like, I guess 2.5 years now, but there were ladies that came before me that are still going. One of my biggest inspirations was a lady by the name of Creepy Mrs. Pasta. Oh. I don't remember. But anyway, I was in a stream of hers. It was a couple of months ago. I think she's only had maybe one. And I told her what a fan I was of hers. And she said, "Oh, well, I'm a fan of yours too." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, I don't know if she was just being nice or what, but it was like, oh my God. So, I mean, I was in the chat. I wasn't actually in her stream like I'm in your stream.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
she was a big inspiration for me. Yeah, there were mostly, like, back when I was just listening to the creepypastas, I got really fascinated with them. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of women that I saw, or at least, I didn't actively, I guess, seek them out. But hers would show up, like, in the little sidebar, and yeah, I really liked her.
Wow.
There's another female narrator out there who goes by the name the Gothic Librarian. She was in it before me. I don't know how much longer before me, but she was one of the first kind of established female narrators that took notice of me and had me on her channel. She had like a collab of a bunch of new female narrators, and she asked me to be a part of that. So, I always appreciated her, for kind of giving me a little hand there. And she's I consider her a friend. I haven't talked to her in a while, but people kind of drift apart. But I think I could send her a message to this day, and she, and she'd be cool with me. I mean, we became pretty good friends.
Oh wow.
So I wanted to shout out to her.
Oh, well, hey, that's what this is for us to shout each other out. And honestly, this platform that we are trying to build is not just for us. It's for fellow narrators and the fans and the beautiful supporters that we have. I mean, I can't even stress enough how important collaboration, respect, of course, and the promoters, our promoters, who are people like the Stacy Scotties, the Mary Murphys, the Creepy Clown Girls, Jose Puerto Rican. These are the all you guys in the chat, the creators and non-creators, the same. This is like a family, and horror too, like I like to call it. We have to make sure that we stick together and we have each other's back, because if we don't, oh, wait a minute. Philia says she has no sound. Hey, hold on. Somebody's, let's see what's going on here.
Hello, Auntie Creeps.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Much better now that you're here.
All right.
What is one thing, Auntie Creeps, that you wish you knew when you first got started?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I guess I wish I'd known how disheartening it can get sometimes. Like, even if you love it, even if you love doing it, like you can find yourself getting bogged down by stuff that don't really matter. I mean, kind of in the end, for me, I mean, everybody's got an opinion, but kind of for me, I think that there's nothing about it, the whole process, that's more important than actually working hard at it, challenging yourself, treating it like an art, and sometimes art isn't always, I don't know, maybe you recognize like you want it to be, or, the most popular thing around. And, like you say, it is pretty much a male dominated field, which, it is what it is. It really is. I mean, it's not something who can we complain to? There's nobody to complain to.
Yeah.
It's what the public wants.
Exactly,
It's what the public
you're
wants.
right.
So, yeah, I mean, my husband explained it to me really well. One time he said, well, when you think about it, when people want to hear a scary story being read to them, they think of somebody like, Vincent Price, somebody
yes.
with a male, with a strong, scary voice or something,
Yes,
And,
yes.
I mean, he's right. They don't have to have a scary voice, but I mean, back when I listened, I mostly listened to the guys. I mean, it wasn't that so much that I preferred them, it was just that they were mostly what was there.
Yeah.
And they were the ones most popular. They were the ones that showed up in my, in my sidebars. Was like Mr. Creepy Pasta. And he's a male that has inspired me greatly, let me say. I mean,
wow.
I'm a total fangirl of his. And I mean, I respect him so much. I mean, he's listening to him kind of gave me the courage to put more feeling into the stories, more like if the character's scared, they should sound scared. If they're frantic, they should sound frantic. And I used to be kind of, I don't know, like inhibited. Like I didn't want to, like, I don't know, sound stupid, sound silly, sound, too dramatic or, and you can kind of go off into the too dramatic if you're not careful. But, he just cuts loose. I mean, I don't know if you've heard his narrations, but he is absolutely the king, and he just cuts loose with any emotion. Anything his voice needs to do, he does it. He don't care. And that kind of inspired me to, bring my stories more to life, than, like some of my earlier recordings, where I was just kind of reading the story and not really trying to change anything, my voice or my tone, it just kind of all comes with it. Wow, did I stray off of your question?
Oh, no, you didn't at all. I mean, it was, I loved all of that. That was great. And I love your answer, especially about the male narrators. It is true. If you really do think about it, that's what you think about. It's the Vincent Prices of the world. That's what you think about when you think scary stories. Because honestly, me personally, I don't like the sound of my own voice, especially when I'm narrating or even singing. I hate it. But some people do seem to like it, and also when I think of scary stuff, I generally before entering this community, I didn't think about females. I would think about the Vincent Prices of the world and people like that. And let me see, who else? Liam Neeson, a voice like that. That's what I would think when it comes to scariness and things like that. Who would I want to hear talking to me? And of course, Kenny Dreadful. I love the way he sounds.
Wait a minute, who's Kenny Dreadful?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But I gotta say though, when I joined this community and I started listening to you and Ghost Mummy, because I came in contact with you guys early on, in the early stages of Dezombified. I guess we're still early now, but I mean like a year ago when we first started uploading. And I first heard you and Ghost Mummy. Oh my God, I was enchanted.
Ghost Mummy's fabulous.
Oh my God. You are too.
Absolutely fabulous.
You are too, I gotta say. And when you talk about putting emotion and feeling into your narrations, girl, you got that hands down. Like, I'll tell you this. I was one of my favorites, and I always say this on the show and even on Discord when we're talking to people. One of my favorite narrations of yours is it's my second favorite. 'Cause my first favorite, you already know which one it is. You don't want to know.
Oh, yeah, of course. One of my favorite collabs.
One of the top 5 in my favorite collections for you is the one that you did with Nefarious. Oh my God, that prince.
Oh, the Cinderella one?
Oh my gosh, yeah, the prince. And that's the one
that was
really
great.
Oh, please talk to us about that. How was that?
Oh, I'd love to talk about that. As a matter of fact, the writer of that story is in your chat, Mr. Crazy Ralph the 13th. He was the one that wrote that story.
Oh, right.
And,
that's true. I remember seeing that in the credits. Yes, Crazy Ralph, big ups.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I want to give him big ups. He did a couple other stories that I narrated. The Hansel and Gretel one that I narrated with Night Terror. And it's an older one. What's it called? Alternate ending. Yeah, he wrote that too. It was about somebody that finds a VHS tape of the Sopranos finale, and it claims to be the alternate ending. So they take it home and watch it, and they're like, it's like really, really scary. So, I mean, it was a good story. My recording of it wasn't that good. I had some bad equipment, but I did re-record it for Scream Radio, and they play that, every so often. They'll play it. I can't tell you when. It's just whenever.
No, I totally hear you. They'll play it when they gotta play it, But do tell us. That's one thing I did want to ask you about Scream Radio.
Yeah, well, I haven't really sent any new stories in for a while. I think it sort of went on a bit of a hiatus for a while. Not really sure what was going on, but I mean, it's back. It's playing a lot of my older stuff, and I guess when the owner lets me know that she wants more stories, I'll send more stories. And I mean, I got a ton I can send in, an absolute ton.
Oh yeah.
But
no. I did listen to 2 or 3 things on Scream Radio before and what have you after I had heard you on there. And then, and of course, I met Manimal through you as well on Twitter. Actually.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's really cool. He's a really cool.
I was
person.
just in something with him on his channel. He just put it out yesterday. What was it called? A two-way mirror part 5, I think. I forgot. He's written a lot of parts to it. But anyway, I was in that one. I play like a sharpshooter, like a female sniper with an attitude.
What?
Yeah, back to Cinderella. You were asking me about that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I keep going on. Yeah, that was great working with Neff. He's very professional. He's a good guy. I like him a lot. I was on his channel. I was on his channel twice, actually. One for a giant collab, a bunch of us. And one where he had me co-host his, what was it? 6 lesser-known creepy videos, part 4, I think is the one I was in. Yeah, part 4. Where, I talked about 3 creepy videos that he found, and he talked about 3 creepy videos. So that was fun.
Yeah. Well, it is fun to work with somebody like Neff. I remember we were also in that collab. I don't remember if it was part 1 or 2, because I think he did 2. Did he do 2? No, he's gonna do 2. Okay, so we were part of that. I don't know how many people were in that collab. How many channels were in that collab? I don't remember.
I think 3,000 channels were in that collab. But real quick, hey yo, guys, come on, wake up, people. We're playing Hangman. Somebody said W, and there's no W, so that's the head. It's 8 letters, and it's a monster. Let's do it, boys.
Oh my goodness! Don't kill that guy.
Philia Noctis. I'm sorry, Philia Noctis in the chat says, "Love the Prisoner of Griffin Drive." The reason I'm pointing that out is, fans of Prisoner of Griffin Drive. Earlier tonight, I was rehearsing the first part of the next series related to Griffin Drive. The story does continue. Believe it or not. I mean, it had such a great ending. And I even kind of wondered, should I do it, you know? But, I mean, the writer's fine with it. I mean, I've talked with her a bunch. And at first I was going to make it into a big collab, you know, give away, you know, a bunch of parts. But I decided against that because I love voice acting. There's more characters to learn. There's more accents to learn. And it's going to be a nice challenge. And anyway, the first part was a one-woman show because I did it for the audiobook. But I'm going to continue it as a one-woman show because I love it. I never had more fun in my life than I did recording that story, that series. And the series continues. So, I mean, not just the next series. I mean, there's like 4 parts to the next one. They're all fairly lengthy, looks like. Then there's another series. Then there's another one. And I think there's another. I haven't even read them all. I think she's still writing them, actually.
Wow.
But it's amazing. It gets into some really crazy stuff. Anyway, I thought the fans of that story would like to know that I'm actually thinking about, you know, recording, if not the rest of it, at least a few more. So,
Wow, that's
it could take quite a while to do all of it.
So let me ask you a question, Auntie Creeps, because you know that here, okay, we don't just do, you know, narration and stuff like that or live streaming. We also like, you know, telling scary stories and things of that nature. Let me ask you this. Have you yourself ever experienced something that you cannot quite explain, either in the paranormal, the supernatural, or anything like that?
There was one time, and I'm talking, it sounds silly when I talk about it, I guess, because nothing actually happened. But I'll try to make this as short as I can.
Oh, no.
I was staying with my mom I was staying with my mom for a while in 1987. Oh God, I shouldn't date myself like that. But anyway, I was in my early 20s. Anyway, I was staying with her for a while, and I was not, she lived out of town, so I wasn't that familiar with her house, you know, and that's a long story that I won't get into. But she told me that her washer and dryer were in the basement, and I had some clothes I wanted to wash. One day I was there, and I go down to the basement, and I couldn't find the washer and dryer at first. Of course, they were like, you know, as soon as you walk down there, they're like to the left or whatever. But I was looking further into the basement. And it was a huge basement. I mean, it must have, you know, like the whole expanse of the house or something. I mean, it was huge. I just seem to remember it being huge. Like it was, like there was another room to it and everything. But anyway, I'm like looking for the washer and dryer. And then I look into this like small room. It was almost like a closet, except it didn't have a door. It had an old Christmas tree in there, you know, like somebody put it in there for storage. It had an old chair in there. Anyway, I'm like kind of poking my head into that room, and I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. But I had all of a sudden the most choking fear that I've ever had for no reason. You know, I mean, it's like I've had fear like that, but for a reason. I mean, this was like nothing had happened, but I was suddenly scared to death. And I took off running up those stairs. I didn't even I didn't even do the laundry that day, I don't think. I don't really remember, but I didn't go back down there by myself. That's for sure. But what makes that story interesting is when I told my mom about it later, she told me a few things. Like how my sister, when she had lived there, like one day she heard footsteps walking around down in the basement, and since our stepdad, spent a lot of time down there, she just assumed that was him. Then she happens to look up at the window, and the stepdad's pulling into the driveway. So there was nobody down there when she heard these footsteps, right? And anyway, there was some other stuff. So, and then my mother told me later that that chair that was in that room, an uncle of hers died in it. So, it's like there was something I felt there. And it was I've never felt it before. I never felt it since. And I'm not what you'd call sensitive to those sort of things, I wouldn't say, or I might have felt it, some other time, but there must have been something strong there, and it did not want me there. That's what I'm thinking. It was like, who the hell are you? So yeah, that's really my only thing.
Well, when you said that you hauled ass out of there, for no reason at all, I don't really believe that was no reason at all. Because I'll tell you something. They say there's this very popular saying that says that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And that always made me think, what does that mean? Fear itself. And I don't know if you do know, but I come from a family that's very, evangelical, Christian and stuff like that. And one day I said those words, I don't remember for what reason or the context at all, I can't say, to my mother, who happens to be a pastor. She's an evangelical pastor. And she told me, it's funny that you say that. That's a very popular saying, but you know something? Do you know where it comes from? And I'm like, no. Well, think about that word, fear itself. And when she said that to me, like all the hairs of my neck stood up. Because what followed? She told me fear is an actual entity. Like it's a thing. Like not something that's emotional rather than something that actually exists. And many religions say that fear is an actual entity, a demon, if you will. Do you think that might be the case, or do you have any leanings on, do you believe in the demonic?
Oh yeah, I do believe in the demonic. I don't think what I experienced that day was demonic, especially because I think if it was, they'd have had a lot more trouble in that house. As it was, I don't know if it was otherwise benevolent or benevolent, that's not the right word, but quiet spirit that don't, because my mom lives in that house still, and she don't talk about it being haunted, but there might be something there that doesn't really, do much, but it didn't want me there. There was something there that didn't want me there, and I don't know. I was kind of going through something at the time. Maybe my emotions were stirred up. I don't know. I wasn't necessarily creeped out in the basement. I don't really get that creeped out by basements, and it was the middle of the day. So, it wasn't my imagination working overtime. It's like I honestly didn't expect to get scared like that. So, but I don't know. I've never heard of fear being like a actual entity, but that's an very interesting conceit.
They do say
food for thought.
I know, right? They do say that sometimes. A lot of people say that. And it took me aback when she told me that, because I got kind of like the chills from it and stuff. I have been in places where I feel like I'm not wanted, and there's nobody there. It's like no human occupants. So I'm like, how do I feel this and there's nobody here? So yeah, that's totally understandable. And also what you said a little while ago also about, your emotional state at the time, that makes a lot of sense, because, there are certain beliefs that poltergeists can be fueled by emotions and things like that, and there's also rumors that certain spirits can feed off of people, and the more depressed or sad or emotional you're feeling, the more they thrive, stuff like that. I mean, it's an interesting subject to dive into, but one can never know for sure, but I hear you. I hear what you're saying. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do you like horror movies?
Oh yeah, I love them. I haven't loved the most recent ones so much.
Me neither.
Of course, I've had my favorites through the years, but
could you name a few?
Yeah, as a genre, I like them a lot.
Could you name a few of your favorites?
Well, one of the ones that will always be near and dear to me, and it's very divisive, is the Blair Witch Project, which I was totally into it when it first came out. Mm-hmm. We hadn't had the internet very long, and it was doing that whole internet sensation thing. And unfortunately for myself, I didn't know if it was real or not, that it seemed to be leaning toward, this is real. And I kind of spoiled it for myself because I went into you remember AOL chat rooms? Well, I went into one called the Blair Witch Project. And of course, everybody's, it's just a movie. It didn't really happen. It's fake. So I was like, damn. And that's kind of terrible to, be disappointed that 3 people actually didn't go missing, But you know what? It didn't ruin the movie for me. It really didn't, because I was really impressed with. At the time, you got to remember, at the time, it was pretty new. The whole concept of found footage and the way they filmed it in such a way, the fear felt so real. We're back to fear. That was the one thing I loved so much about that movie, was just the raw fear. You could feel it on all of them. And I'm thinking, wow, these are really good actors, or somebody's scaring the shit out of these kids, and they're reacting to it. And, comes to find out, it's a little bit of both, I guess. I wouldn't say they were the greatest actors, but they got some real performances out of them when they needed it, when it counted. So,
like the boogers coming out.
I love that movie so much. I love that movie so much, though, that my only tattoo is of the stick figure, and it's on my the front of my leg, like above my ankle, and it's my only tattoo. Wow. And it's really good. It looks like a bundle of sticks, put together.
I'd like to say something, Auntie Creeps.
Okay.
I need to do a roll call. We got Shite Kicker TV in the his house. We got El Loco Nightmare, everybody, in the his house. We also have Aisha 1994, everybody. Aisha 1994. She's in the his house. We also got RK Red Kryptonite from Nations 13, everybody. In the his house. Okay, I'm out.
Well, I want to say hi to everybody. I haven't really got to say hi to everybody in the chat, but hi. Hi, everybody.
Aww. That was funny. Rewinding a little bit to what you were talking about, the Blair Witch. I also had a lot of curiosity when the Blair Witch came out as to its veracity, so to speak. But and another thing is also about that I had I don't remember when the Wreck movies, were they before or after the Wreck movies, Daddy?
The Wreck movies were after, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Like even the Spanish originals, I think, were after.
Gotcha.
I think there was a movie that came before the Blair Witch, which a lot of people tried to say that the Blair Witch filmmakers copied it, but they swear up and down they'd never heard of it, which I believe them, because most people hadn't heard of it. It was called The Last Broadcast.
Oh,
And
wow.
I've seen that movie. It came out maybe a year before the Blair Witch did. And I've seen that movie, and it's not nearly as good. I'll just put it that way.
Oh, wow.
It's not bad, I mean, I'd recommend anybody watch it if they feel like killing some time. But I mean, the Blair Witch was better in my opinion. Some people liked the other one better, but
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of found footage movies. As far as Paranormal Activity goes, the first one is the only one I liked.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, that was the only one
oh
I liked.
yes,
The part one was the only one, and then the Blair Witch I guess was okay, but I don't know, for some reason I always knew it was fake. I never had that doubt in my mind. I always gave it a benefit of the doubt, though. I said it could be. I mean, who knows? But it really didn't, like, I don't know, I just couldn't get into found footage movies. I never could. I don't know why. I mean, with the exception of a few, of
they're
course.
not for everybody.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. The Paranormal Activity. The first 3 movies I liked a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, me
I
too.
did not like the fourth.
I don't mean to cut in. I don't mean to cut in, but I enjoyed the first 3, and I even enjoyed some of the others a little something too.
There was more than 3? A Paranormal Activity?
Oh yeah, I've
There
lost
was like
count.
5 of them, right?
Yeah, I've lost
really?
count.
Yeah, that's how
Four's
disinterested.
not worth anybody's time.
Oh my God. Yeah, I only like part 1 because the girl got pulled out of the bed, and that was pretty neat how they did that. I did like that one, but that was pretty much it. But found footage, for some reason, I just cannot get into it. There is, however, I think, was it Wreck, Baby? Wreck, the one where the guy with the portal, and he had a twin on the other side, and they were like monsters or something, or...
You're talking about VHS.
VHS, that's
the
the
first
one. VHS.
Okay.
That's the one.
VHS, but the most stuff that I like that even resembles found footage, which is not at all actually found footage, but one thing that a collection that I would like to have my hands on is what do you call it? Faces of Death. I would love to get my hands on that collection. The Faces of Death were, for those who don't know, they were like actual VHS tapes, and that were going around before the internet, and I don't think these ever aired on TV. I'm not sure, but I don't know the history of it, but I did see a few, and it's basically real life stuff, like accidents and just freaky accidents and stuff, freak accidents that happen, or like urban legends and things like that, just weird stuff surrounding all those types of things. And it was very gory, like ridiculously gory. So I would like to get my hands on that someday, somehow. But yeah.
Good night to Aisha, 1994. She's leaving. Good night, Aisha.
Good night, Aisha.
Good night, Aisha.
And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Auntie Creeps. She's the tops, yo. She's real cool. Oh my goodness. So
yes, I appreciate all my subscribers.
Yes, Miss Auntie Creeps, I want to get back to you again on some stuff, and I wish to ask you to hang in there with us for a little while, because somebody else has joined the chat.
Yeah.
And that is our next interviewee.
Our other guest, Penny Tailsup, everybody. Penny Tailsup. She's in his house.
Hi, Penny.
Hello. I don't know if you guys can hear me yet.
We hear you fine.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool.
I hear you.
You sound great. I just wanted to ask Miss Auntie Creeps if it's okay with you, if you could just hang in there with us while we talk to Penny real quick.
Absolutely.
Great. Thank you so much. I want to ask Penny a few questions. Penny, hi, how are you?
I'm pretty good. It's Friday, so I'm happy.
Yes, Friday always makes everybody happy. But yeah, I want to get right into it with you. I have a question for you. I have a few questions for you, actually, Penny. Number one, why narration? Why?
Well, part of the reason that I decided to do narration is because I decided that I think it's a lot more likely that people are going to listen to a story than read one these days. And I like to write. And while I was listening to other narrations while I was at work, there was one YouTuber who specifically said that he started doing narrations more people would hear his music. And that clicked with me because I thought, I'd like more people to hear my stories and maybe to a lesser extent see my art. And after that, I actually started more seriously pursuing narration. When before I was more of a writer type. But
Gotcha.
I like all three things. I mean, I'm finding I really like narration more than I thought. At first, it was more of me seeing if I would like it and seeing if I could grow my audience that way.
Yeah.
And so far, yes.
Okay. I understand. Now, one thing, you just graduated, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. So I have a question for you. What did you study?
I studied English with an emphasis on language and rhetoric.
Gotcha.
And I minored in creative writing. And language and rhetoric is kind of like the art of arguing.
Okay.
Then the language is more like the technical aspects of language, kind of like linguistics. So it was, I didn't want to do literature because I didn't want to hate reading.
Yeah.
So that's why. Plus I want to be a judge someday, so I thought that language and rhetoric would be a good choice for me.
Oh, wow. That is impressive. A judge. Okay. I can feel that. I can totally get down with that. One thing I did want to ask you, and I'm very excited about, for those who don't know, who are in the chat, who are not familiar with you and your work, who is Lily Madwhip?
Lily Madwhip is a series written by William Dalfin, and it's the only story on my channel that I didn't write. Lily Madwhip is a 9-year-old girl who can see the future in a limited way, and it gets her in a lot of weird shenanigans. But the way that she reacts to those events in her life is really, she's strange and interesting and fun. Like, you can tell she's a 9-year-old by her reactions, and I have a lot of fun getting to play her. I actually have a lot of times where I have to start laughing and then edit the laughing out later with Lily Madwhip. And obviously, as you can probably hear, I don't actually sound like I sound in the videos for her. There's a bit of editing magic going on with that, thanks to Nefarious TV. He knows how to do all the right filters that I cannot do.
Oh my goodness.
I do a little acting, but mostly it's editing.
That is so funny, but you know what's funny about it? The funniest thing, the reason why I bring up Lily Madwhip, there's a good reason for that. For a very long time, I actually believed, especially since you would mention school a lot, I thought you were a little girl. Like for a while. Do you remember that?
I remember that I kept saying that I wasn't because I got that vibe. They're like, you guys left a comment on one of my videos once, and it made it sound like you guys thought I was a kid, and I was like, I actually am an adult.
But you sound pretty young.
I mean, I wasn't
already.
offended.
You do sound young still.
I'm 28.
Nice.
But not like 9.
No, I thought you were, you know what? I thought you were a teenager, like maybe 15, 16. That's what I thought from the sound of your voice. So I'm thinking, okay, she's doing the voice of a little girl, like maybe 9 or 10, but this is really a teenager. So I'm over here thinking, this is a young kid, you know? And cool, she's doing it, you know? And I'm like rooting for this young kid, like, oh my God, you know, she's killing it out here. And but no, it was really funny when it dawned on me, you're an adult.
Yes, I'm a very adulty adult, I promise.
Does that happen to you a lot?
Only in the narration community. I've actually had quite a few people, even before Lily Madwhip, think I was like a teenager or younger. And it actually attracted some creeps, so I was like, how can I sound my age? But I don't know.
You know, creeps are gonna be creeps, you know. I'm like, I was just honestly, for me as a parent, I was just like rooting for you because I'm thinking about you as a teen, a young teen, and I'm thinking my kids, you know. That's it. But
I'm young at heart, so
I never grew up, so I understand. I don't think I ever grew up, but no, I totally understand. It was so funny though when it dawned on me. I had finished listening to Lily Madweb, I think about an hour previous to one of your episodes anyway, and I'm sitting down and I'm getting ready to get a recipe because I'm always looking for new recipes online for different foods. I get tired of things and I want to try something new all the time. So I'm looking through my recipe collection on my computer and whatever in the cloud. And then I get up and I start getting the ingredients and it dawns on me, wait a minute, I think she told me she's a grown-up. That's how I was going to cook. I don't know how my crazy brain correlated that, but that's how it went. Let me ask you a question.
I understand it though. I mean,
no, go ahead. Finish your statement.
What's the question? So I understand why people think that, but the funny thing is that I sound a lot like my mom, who's definitely not a kid, because people mistake us on the phone all the time. Except that I'm a little more giggly than she is. So I guess I was just blessed with her good young voice genes. So I do play a young character, and nobody has ever seen my face. So I can kind of get why people don't pick up on it. I think the narration community largely is people who are younger. There's another narrator who actually is 18, and people apparently mistake us a lot as Spirit Voices. I love her. And I'm always flattered when people mix us up.
It is flattering. Have you heard her sing?
Oh yeah, she has a beautiful voice. She narrated my happy birthday story. Well, it's not my birthday story. And in the end of it, she sang. And I was like, oh my god, voice of an angel. And people think I sound like that. But I mean, I don't think I do, but thank you.
When I first heard Spirit Voices sing was on Discord very recently, actually. I think about a couple of weeks ago. And when I heard her sing, I had two reactions at the same time, if that's even possible. My first reaction was, wow, this chick sounds like an angel. Like, this is brutal. But my second reaction was, holy crap, I can't sing. Because I always like singing since I was a little girl, but my voice is different. My voice is much deeper. I'm more like a gospel type of person, right? But I never really learned how to like really sing and actually do my notes and whatever. I don't even know what chord I am or what. I have no like A, B, D, alto, falsetto. I don't know any of that. I just know that I always love to sing, and people in church like the way I sing. That's all. But when I heard her, I was like, wow. Hey, I'd be flattered too if somebody ever compared me to her, which would never happen because my voice is like way different. But back to you, Miss Penny. I have a question for you. Do you yourself have any experiences that you have ever had that are scary or weird or ghostly? Something that
you could share with us.
Yeah, something you can share with us.
Well, I know I've shared my zombie squirrel story in a previous stream. I actually am currently experiencing something where I don't know if it's a rational explanation thing or if there's an alien or something.
Okay, wait, let me switch to the scary story time scene. I want to hear this.
So ever since a couple years ago, I've noticed some weird things going on with my balcony in my apartment. And I mean, this has been a few years. At first, I would hear like footsteps, like somebody was pacing back and forth across the balcony. And I'm on the second floor, mind you, so it's not like somebody hopped the fence and is just walking around back there. And that creeped me out really bad. But I was too afraid to look at first. So I think a few months go by, and it still happens periodically, only at night, where it would just sound like somebody's walking back and forth across my balcony. And I talk myself into actually seeing what's going on. But like the second I would stand up, it would stop. I mean, immediately stop. But I would still walk over, psych myself up into opening the door because I was scared. Open the door, and there would be nothing. And I would look everywhere. I would check the neighbor's balcony in case maybe I'm hearing the neighbor. Nope, nothing. I'd look down into the yard. Did somebody jump down? Nope, would have heard it. Don't see anybody. So eventually, the footsteps do stop. But recently, it's changed into... How do I explain it? This always came accompanied with a feeling of being watched. And I thought I was imagining it. And I probably am imagining it. But the door sometimes just opens just a crack, even though it's shut. And then I have to go close the door after checking that nobody's there. And I have these big giant windows next to the same door, and they're covered in curtains. And sometimes the curtains also open slightly. But like somebody had just like pulled it slightly open. And then I have to cover it again. Because I have this fear that I'm going to look over and I'm going to see something looking at me. And I mean something, not someone, because that's how it feels. And then even recently, I'll see like weird shadows on the curtains that it could be trees. It's probably trees, but it doesn't look like trees. And then if I go look, there's nothing there. And my cat freaks out whenever this stuff happens. And I think it's unusual to have a cat freak out. I mean, dogs bark and stuff. But, I mean, a cat, there was one night last week, I think, where the door just suddenly burst open. And then my cat Gypsy just ran outside the door. And when I went to chase him, because I was so scared, no, don't eat my cat, whatever this is, even though it might be just the wind, like, I'm like battling my rational mind and my weird fear I have of the balcony. I go out there and check, and Gypsy acts very distressed, and he meows, and he looks scared, and I look around, and I can't find anything, and this has been happening for years. But, I mean, nothing I couldn't explain happens. It's just all together, all these little things, and the fact that it's always the balcony, and the weird feeling I get. Like, I could be in the middle of watching a movie and be engrossed in it, and suddenly that feeling comes. So, I'm honestly not sure if I'm imagining it, if I'm not imagining it. I am sure there's an explanation. I just don't know what it is, and it creeps me out really bad.
Wow. And it's always the balcony, you say?
Yes. If there were other things that happened and not just the balcony, I might be like, oh, okay, you're imagining it, like hypervigilance, corner of your eye shadow type thing.
Yeah.
But it'll come out of nowhere. Sometimes nothing happens for a few weeks, but when something happens, it's the balcony. And to this day, I mean, it's been years, I haven't figured out what it is. And I like to joke about it, like it could be an alien, it could be a ghost, it could be a monster, or it could be some jerk playing a prank on me. But I mean, who would go through this trouble for 3 years?
Yeah, that's a long time to play a prank. Seriously, that's like way too long. That's ridiculous.
Real quick, everybody, run to Twitter, run to Facebook, and let people know that we have Penny Tailsup on live right now, as well as in the back waiting. We also have Auntie Creeps. So run to Twitter, run to Facebook. I don't care where you go. Let people know and tell them to come on down.
And by the way, baby, we have a quick roll call.
We do?
Yes. Look.
Who did I miss? Oh my God. Creepy Clown Girl. She's in his house.
And Philia Noctis says it's a dead alien monster, Penny. She says
that's not making me feel better.
And El Loco Nightmare says a ghost made him fart. So
well, you know, that oddly did make me feel better. So thank you.
Oh my God. I promise you, our listeners are just the best. Our beautiful supporters. Like, the amount of love and support we have received is just crazy. It's incredible. And one more question I do have for you individually, and then we can all start talking together. You, I, and Auntie Creeps.
Because it's ladies' night.
Yes, it is. So I did want to ask you, Penny, do you have a favorite horror movie?
You know, that is a hard question for me because I'm actually a giant coward. And until I started writing, I did not like horror. But I found that it was actually a good outlet for my anxiety that I deal with. I was actually, this is slightly personal and I won't get into detail, I was a victim of a crime. And after that happened and I had to go through all the court and being a witness and all that horrible stuff, I started to have, I have post-traumatic stress. And I found that when I listened to horror narrations on YouTube is that it kind of made me feel better because it's like, well, you know, at least I'm not going to be eaten by a monster. And before that, I had absolutely zero interest in horror because I thought that I wouldn't appreciate being scared because, I mean, it sounds crazy. Who wants to be scared? Being scared sucks. But I found that it actually kind of like, when you're feeling anxious or afraid and you listen to horror, it like you can channel those feelings into something that you know is a fiction.
It's interesting that I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to say goodbye real quick to Benny Long. He's leaving.
Good night, Benny Long. He's going to bed.
And Bathsheba, love you. I think she said later.
No.
Oh, no, she's talking to Benny. Okay, sorry.
She's talking to Benny. But really quick, we got a roll call. We got Demented Centaur into his house. He said, I'm sorry that I'm late for ladies' night. Shame on you for shame, because we have Penny Tailsup and we also have Auntie Creeps.
But it's interesting, Penny, I'm sorry, getting back to what you were saying, it's interesting that you should say the word outlet, because many of us have found horror to be an outlet. So that is so interesting to me. Go ahead, continue what you were saying about that.
Well, once you listen to a really good, scary story, I would almost feel emotionally exhausted from it. And that kind of took away the pain that I was feeling in my real life. And I realized that maybe I actually did like to be scared of things that weren't real, because that gave me less energy to be scared of things that were going on that were real. And I would be able to actually sleep at night when I couldn't before, because I would just be laying in bed thinking about what happened and being upset. But I couldn't be upset when I just listened to the scariest story ever, and hey, that's worse than what happened to me. So it was, I don't know, it's hard to explain exactly. I think a lot of people might actually know what I'm talking about if they've been through something similar, where it's cathartic. You can release those pent-up feelings in a healthier way than feeling sorry for yourself or flashing back to something bad. So I only recently started giving horror an actual chance in terms of watching it. And now I do enjoy it, but I still don't like being startled. So any movie with a jump scare, I automatically don't like it just because I hate jump scares. Still,
I hear you.
Forever.
I think jump scares are cheap. I mean, sometimes they can be what you call, some do create a little bit of atmosphere, certain ones, yes. But when there's too many, it becomes cheesy, honestly. But one thing that I did want to tell you about something that you said about how sometimes you feel better because you feel that, you know, it could be worse, and that there are other people, in fact, who do have it worse and have gone through worse. You're right about that, you know. And it's kind of weird that most of us don't recognize that part of us, which is a little bit dark, because it happens to all of us. When you realize that someone else has it worse than you, for some reason you feel better about it. And it sounds bad. It sounds like a bad thing, but at the same time, it's kind of a good thing, because it shows you to be grateful, you know. Quick roll call, baby. Look who's here.
Lewis Witt is in his house. Thank you, Lewis Witt, for showing up to Ladies Night.
Okay, so yeah, I understand what you mean. Like, it sounds horrible that I'm like actually looking to see, somebody going through something that worse than I am. It sounds like I'm a horrible person, but at the same time, it's very psychological. It brings some perspective. Baby, I'm sorry. Roll call one more time.
Puerto Rican showcasing Jose. Can you see? Is in his house.
I'm sorry, Penny, for the interruptions, but I have to make him do those roll calls because I don't do it like him.
Thank you, baby.
But thank you. Oh my God, Penny, you're awesome. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you don't need to feel bad about and feel like a terrible person for being relieved when it's fiction, which is another reason that horror is a great way to look at that instead of browsing someone's Facebook and being like, ha, their life is worse than mine. It's not real people when it's horror. So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you don't have to feel terrible when it's not real. That's part of why it helps so much, I think, because I would feel guilty if it was a real person. If I see something on the news about a horrible crime, I don't think, well, at least that wasn't me, because that's real.
Yeah.
And I relate to that, and that actually makes me feel worse. So
it's
a little complicated.
Well, I can tell you this, Penny. Kenny and I grew up in Harlem, New York, and I myself have been a victim of a crime, honestly, more than once. And because the way that we grew up and where we live, where we used to live.
Did you tell them about the time we got maced at gunpoint?
Oh, God. Yeah.
We got pepper sprayed and maced at gunpoint.
Yeah. There was no, honestly, with that case, as it is with most cases where we come from, there was no court, no jail for the perpetrators, nothing, for two reasons. Number one, we were maced, so we could see nothing. Okay. And number two, where we come from, snitches get stitches. So we don't really have that luxury.
Snitches get stitches, then end up in ditches.
Oh, God.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes, really, where we come from. But I totally understand what you mean when you say, that it was an outlet for you, because honestly, I felt the same way. Horror has been something that has been a guilty pleasure for me when I was very, very young. And now that I'm an adult, I just decided I don't give an F. So I don't feel guilty for liking horror anymore, and we just went all out. But yeah, you totally, you killed it. You killed it. You're so right. You don't have to feel guilty.
All right, now let's make it a reals ladies night. Let's get Auntie Creeps back up in here
That's
to
right.
kick it with Penny and Miss Stereo while the dumb little boy stays in the background playing cards.
You're not a dumb little boy. Hey, Auntie Creeps, whenever you feel, come right back in, girl.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yay, we're here. We hear you.
Hey.
I'm pretty sure you ladies are familiar with each other.
Yeah, we've spoke on Twitter and whatnot. Yeah, I'm a great admirer of your work, Penny. I really admire animators. It's something I could never do. I wouldn't have the patience for one thing, or the talent for the other. So,
Well, thank you. Everybody always speaks so highly of you. I like your stuff too. You actually were in a narration of one of my stories once, Eavesdropper.
yeah,
And I listened to that, and I was like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. But I'm always shy when it's my work, so I don't always say anything.
yeah, that was on Darkness Tales channel.
Yes.
And yeah, he got a hold of me, and he's like, would you narrate this whole story for me, and I'll just have a part in it. And I'm like, he goes, let me know if you think it's unfair. I said, oh no, having a main part in a story on your channel is I wouldn't, yeah, no, that's not unfair at all. I mean, and that was a fun story to do. Really well written. I like the whole concept and everything.
Oh, thank you.
So you're multi-talented, girl.
Yeah.
I try.
Oh yeah, so ladies, let's talk horror, the horror community and everything. I did ask you both about what your type of favorite scary movies was. And Auntie Creeps, you told me the Blair Witch. Did you tell me yours, Penny? I'm so sorry. My brain is not working well today.
The thing is that I've only recently started watching horror.
Gotcha.
I will say that I don't have a favorite movie, but I really do enjoy like the series, like American Horror Story or Black Mirror. I love those.
Ooh, oh yes, my favorites.
So
I love both of those.
Good. I love them too. I feel like having it like as like a bite size is perfect for me when it's an episode.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas well, actually, some of these episodes are like movie length these days. It's kind of hard to say that.
Yeah.
I love Black Mirror. I love American Horror Story. But I don't really have a movie that comes to mind. Every time I've watched a movie recently, I usually find a way to pick at it and not like it. But it's because like a horror movie has a different goal than a story, I think. I mean, it's more about gore and startling you, and I don't like that. But
yeah, the bad ones are, yeah.
That's been my experience with movies. But like Black Mirror or American Horror Story is a little more thought-provoking and psychological, and I love that.
So you know what? Go ahead, Auntie Creeps.
Oh, I was just going to say, I could probably recommend some good horror for you that, you know, you might not have run across.
Oh yes, let's talk about that.
But real quick, everybody, head over to Twitter and Facebook. Let them know we have Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup on at the same time right now. That's crazy.
I'm containing myself, but I'm gonna tell you guys something. I am so fangirling right now because I'm a huge fan of both of you. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
but
sweet.
Auntie Creeps, being that you mentioned it, you know, I was gonna say the same thing about maybe recommending some for her. I have a suggestion, and that would be to start off with anyway, would be like maybe some family friendly horror movies like The Monster Squad. I love that. And then what other suggestions do you have on the Creeps?
Oh, well, I was thinking a little more hardcore. Yeah. Penny, have you ever seen the original Evil Dead? It's called The Evil Dead.
No, I haven't. So I should add that to my list.
I love that
Absolutely.
movie. Oops, I'm talking. Shut
yes,
up.
not
Shut
the
up,
remake. Now, the remake wasn't bad for a remake. But no, it can't match the absolute crazy raw horror of the original. It came out like in what, 86 or 7, something like that. I mean, it's an older movie. And I tell you, a lot of these older movies, you can't go wrong. It's where they remade them that they just, if you've watched the remake of a lot of these, you're like, you know. But yeah, the older movies, they got a charm to them.
Oh,
that the new ones just
absolutely.
don't have. Yeah.
Yeah,
do you think it's more because of the advanced graphics, so now they can lean more heavily on that, whereas they didn't have to depend on that?
Yes.
I think that has a lot to do with it. Like The Evil Dead, it was like, I mean, you could tell it was a little bitty budget. And, you know, they used what they had. They had practical effects. I mean, there wasn't any CGI back then. But they created some of the most crazy looking things. And the makeup was amazing. I mean, they did a lot for what they had. You know, I mean, some of it's really kind of really cheesy and dumb looking. But I mean, when I first saw it, I mean, well, I saw it with people. So I was like kind of laughing and, you know how you do when you watch a horror movie. But later that night when I was trying to go to sleep, oh no.
another there is a few more things that I would like to recommend for her, especially if she's a newbie. You should put Evil Dead definitely on that list once you're ready. Okay? And don't watch it alone or at night, I don't think either. But Nina Love said Monster House is good, and it's true because it's as a cartoon, right? But it has those moments like, whoa, we could watch it as a family, but it does have a few moments that'll make you, jump. In addition to, I do have to recommend Nightmare on Elm Street series. I have to because Freddy
Oh,
Krueger
yeah.
is my second boyfriend. I'm sorry, honey. But I love Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I can second that.
Oh my God, I love
Freddy, baby.
Oh my
I don't
God.
mind sharing you with Freddy.
Okay, cool. Of course, Friday the 13th series, the Halloween
Better not
movies.
mind.
The Halloween movies, of course. As I said before, the Monster Squad. You gotta write these down. You got to. Penny is, I'm sorry, Auntie Creeps is so right. Evil Dead is definitely one of those classics that you must watch. Horror. Oh, and if you want something comedic and kind of cheesy and which I love, Toxic Avenger. I love the Toxic Avenger. I will tell you though, it's very raunchy.
I actually did watch Zombieland once because I thought, well, it's a comedy horror. And I enjoyed that one a lot, actually.
Yes!
Oh, if you like that, I bet you would like Shaun of the Dead. That's
Oh,
that's a real classic. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Love
If it's
Shaun of the
horror
Dead.
comedy, I'll watch it because
you'll
that
love
movie's so
Freddy.
scary.
Then you'll love Freddy. You really will love Freddy because he is very comedic. He's a jerk. He's an asshole. But he's so freaking funny.
He's hilarious.
And then after you've watched, only if you have watched all of the Nightmare on Elm Street and all of the...
And Gremlins, the first one.
Oh, Gremlins! Yes, Gremlins. That's family friendly too. But once you've watched the Nightmare on Elm Street and the Friday the 13th series, you have to watch Freddy vs. Jason. Even though that one wasn't as great as all the other ones, but it was epic. It was iconic. That's Freddy vs. Jason. Come on, that was forever in the making. What do you think?
Versus
Auntie Creeps?
movies are underrated.
What happened, Auntie Creeps?
Oh, I said versus movies are underrated.
Yes, like
I mean,
Alien
they're great.
versus Predator.
Well, there's a versus movie I got to see, and I'm not sure where I'm going to find it, but I'm going to find it. It's a Japanese movie, Sadako versus what's her name? Kayako or whatever her name is. The ring lady versus the grudge lady, basically. I've got to see that. I saw like a review of it, and it looks so funny.
I'm not familiar with that.
But the cabin in the woods, though, that was good.
Yeah, Penny. Well,
Oh, that was killer.
yeah, Penny mentioned the cabin in the woods in the chat. My goodness, I could barely remember it though. Like I've seen so many, I don't know anymore. But definitely, you gotta check out the classics. You have to. They're like awesome. Definitely. Evil Dead, The Monster Squad, The Goonies, even up to a little.
The Goonies.
Even The Goonies. I know it's like a horror adventure type, fantasy type things, but it's still a good. It's still a good kick. You
Yo,
got
there
some
was this
spooks in
movie
there.
I saw that was produced by what's that guy? Ben Affleck and his friend Matt Damon. I think. I think it was called Pest. Or Bugs or something like that, where like there's these people, they're trapped in a bar and there's a whole bunch of like these freaky aliens that's killing people, and they're trying to like hold off like a fort inside of this bar where people drink alcohol, they play pool. I showed you that movie.
Gosh, I can't remember.
I don't know if anybody knows the name of that movie, but that movie was amazing.
Okay. There was another one.
Oh, that sounds like I can't think of the name of it. It's probably. Yeah, they were these creatures, and like the guy that you think that's going to be the hero, like it's taken out right away.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one. That's the one.
Oh, what was the name of that? Somebody in the chat, help us out.
Do the research.
Nina Love says she has a bunch that she can name. Girl, throw them up there. Throw them up there in the chat. We'd love to see. But I love, for me, the classics is where it's at. I can't help but, just
Absolutely.
even going back to the black and white movies. Have any of you girls seen the movie Haxan?
No, I've kind of wanted to, but
It's a silent film, and
I
it's
never
here
got
on
around to it.
YouTube for free.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, it's a movie.
Oh, right.
It's a movie about witches and devil worship.
Oh.
Now, mind you, this is a silent film. That's how old it is.
But listen, Josie Kitty said, look at the birds and the original Psycho.
Oh,
The Birds is awesome. I love that movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The black and
Yeah,
white.
that freaked me out when I was a kid.
Also, The Shining.
The
You got
Shining.
the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes.
War of the Worlds, From Dusk Till Dawn. Dreamcatcher was awesome.
I don't remember that.
That's the one with those dudes just chilling in the cabin, and then some alien stuff infects them. And I think
Wait.
Morgan Freeman, he was like part of the military and stuff. And
Oh my goodness, I definitely don't remember that. But then
I know.
Which one?
No, that Dreamcatcher, it had that dude from New Kids on the Block. The one that's married to that chick with the blonde girl, Jenny McCarthy.
I don't know what movie you're talking about, baby. Sorry.
Who's married to Jenny McCarthy?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Donnie Wahlberg was in that movie.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
He was sick.
Oh.
And he was like really emaciated in that movie.
Okay, Nina Love says Queen of the Damned. Queen of the Damned. It was okay because Aaliyah was in it and stuff, but because she passed away, they had to use some footage from the movie, some B-roll, and they had to do some stuff there, so the end went a little wonk. In the end of the movie, the end production was not the best thing, in my opinion, as far as the storyline goes, and just the way they put it together, unfortunately, because she passed away, but they didn't want to replace her either, which is understandable. And to have all of that footage go to waste, I understand why they made the movie. So I was not too much a fan of Queen of the Damned. But Nina Love did just redeem yourself with Jeepers Creepers. Guys, Jeepers Creepers, you have to check that out if you haven't seen it, Penny.
I'll add that to the list. I'm actually writing these down right now.
Oh, I need to say something. AK Phoenix, is it, in the chat? Says that the movie we were talking about was From Dusk Till Dawn, but
No,
that's not the one I was thinking of. I definitely know Dusk Till Dawn.
No, it's not.
How about
this was aliens or some kind of creatures that were.
The Bordello of Blood.
Oh, that was a
Bordello
good
of
one. I
Blood.
did like that one. That was good.
Hmm.
I did like it. I even like the Dusk Till Dawn. I like that one too. Ooh, what about 60 Days of Night? What's it called?
30 Days of
30
Night.
Days of Night.
That was epic.
That was scary though. That
Oh, the
was
Alaskan
really
one?
scary. Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
good.
That was very good.
That was supposed to be set in Alaska, but it was filmed in Canada.
Oh, interesting fact. I didn't know that.
Oh, hey Penny, I want to throw a movie out there.
Go.
It's one of my most recent favorites, and it came out in 2014, so it's not that new. It's called Oculus,
Oh, yeah.
and
I
it's
saw that.
really good. It's on Netflix. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
check
it's
it
so
out.
good. It's the only movie it's the last movie, I should say, that really creeped me out. Like, really creeped me out.
Oh, I'm
Did you
going
like-
to see that.
Did you like Cloverfield? Did you see Cloverfield?
Oh, good one. Another good one.
Hey, Jose, Puerto Rican Showcasing in the chat said the original Omen. You must see, Penny. You must see the Omen.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a good one.
The Exorcist.
Oh my
Nobody's mentioned
God.
that.
Exorcist, the original. You're talking about the epitome of horror movies. I don't think there will ever be one like it ever again.
No.
I mean, Rosemary's Baby.
Absolutely not.
Rosemary's Baby was good too. The Faculty was a good one.
Yeah.
That was Frank the Tank that threw that up there in the chat. Killer Clowns from Mars. I've never heard that. I've heard of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. But Space Oddities Kayla says Killer Clown from Mars. Josie Kitty says Rosemary's Baby. That's a good one too. Demon Night. Yes, Demon Night. That's a good one. Let's see here. 30 Days of Night. Yeah, that's right. Silent Hill. That one was okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm conflicted about that one because it was a game first. And that's my problem with movies that have been game first. I can really take them or leave. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm a little iffy about those.
Did you like the movie by M. Night Shyamalan when those people were stuck in the elevator with the devil?
Oh, yes.
That was good. Yeah.
Wasn't it Devil, the name of that movie?
I don't remember.
Yeah, just that one word, devil.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. That was good.
That was really cool.
Very suspenseful, actually.
Yeah, that was underrated.
Penny,
I thought it was a lot better than.
what about you, Penny? Penny, like, how do you have any more movies that you can say that stick out to you?
Out of the list, or that I've seen?
That you've seen.
What? Well, a lot of the ones I've seen are a lot older because I was younger. I watched House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts, Final Destination, Cabin Fever.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really hated Cabin Fever.
Yeah, it was so icky.
It was too gross. I was afraid of shaving after that movie.
It really didn't do anything for me. It didn't do anything, but I did love 13 Ghosts. I was crazy about that. But a Cabin Fever really didn't do anything for me. Like, I didn't see it as anything. Like, it wasn't scary or creepy to me at all. But 13 Ghosts, that was dope. I loved it. You know, I did want to say
Cabin Fever traumatized me.
Really? it traumatized
because of the gore. There was like a scene where the girl starts shaving and then all her skin comes off, and then I was afraid of shaving. And then I think a dog ate somebody. I love dogs. Don't make dogs eat people. That was scary for me as a kid. So.
You know, also Fright Night is a good one. Philia said the original Nosferatu. Now, I will tell you, girls, original movies are always the best, honestly. The Wolfman, the original Dracula, all of those, they're all amazing. There is one movie, though, that if you're gonna see, I don't know, you better be ready to see this one, Penny. It's called Salem's Lot, the original. I love Salem's Lot. You seen that, Auntie Creeps?
Yeah, I remember I saw it on TV a long time ago. It scared the crap out of my little brother. Yeah, the scene with that boy at the window. Of course, that's a pretty scary scene.
I loved it. What was your favorite scene?
That one. The one I just meant. I wasn't really into that so much.
I loved it.
I didn't think it was his best work. I mean, I read the book too, and I didn't think it was one of his best books. So, yeah. I mean, it's all right. But.
They say the books are better. So, a lot of people say that books are better than the movies. So,
You know what's a weird cartoon I saw?
What?
Beyond the Garden Wall. Anybody
What's
ever seen
that?
that cartoon?
I have.
Beyond the Garden Wall. It's such a trippy cartoon.
I am.
I'm going off topic. Sorry. Stupid boy, shut up.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, I like the old ones. Go ahead, Penny.
There were a couple movies I didn't see, but that I remember my brother's reaction to them that made me not want to see them. My brother, he went and saw Paranormal Activity, and he was so afraid of walking to his car in the parking lot that he called and asked to get picked up because he was too afraid to make the walk from the theater to his car.
Really?
With his friends. So I specifically remember it was the first Paranormal Activity. And then he wanted to see it again the next day, and I'm like, do you not remember where you were too afraid to walk to your car? And then he wants me to come, but I think he wanted me to go so that I would get more scared than him for his manly points. But I refused. And then he watched Hostel, I think, and then he cried during one of the scenes of that. But I wasn't watching it. I just heard him start to cry. And I mean, he was a teenager. And I went to check on him, but then I saw he was watching a horror movie. I just remember closing the door and leaving. I'm like, oh, nope. Bye.
You know something?
Come see me when that's off.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh man, but you know what? Space Oddity Kayla just said
What?
the Japanese version of The Ring and The Grudge.
Oh, Ringu.
I have not seen it. I want to see
Absolutely.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was going to mention that.
The commercials for The Grudge gave me nightmares.
it. Really?
The commercial. Yes.
Wow.
I gotta say the truth.
Yeah, they might be a little too
That
scary if
happens.
you don't really want to go that hardcore. Japanese horror in general. I mean, just forget the remakes. Although the remake for The Ring and The Grudge, I thought were great. You know, and the sequel. Well, not all the Ring sequels, but the Grudge sequels I thought were good. At least the first two.
Auntie Creeps.
But yeah, Japanese horror is just messed up.
Auntie Creeps. Auntie Creeps.
Yes.
I remember the name of the movie with the bar scene. I'm gonna
What is it?
I'm gonna put it in the chat. It's called Feast. 2005.
Okay.
That movie's crazy.
Feast.
If nobody ever seen Feast, 2005, go check it out. I think it spawned a sequel or two even.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it did, but I didn't watch it. The first one was enough for me.
It was fun and gory, and it had like suspense. You know, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It wasn't bad.
I mean, especially if you get squamed before watching it, you're gonna definitely love it.
Penny's gonna have to come back and watch this live stream in order to get down all those movies on a sheet of paper or something.
The Hills Have Eyes.
I'm actually writing them down now.
Oh, really?
Mandy Mortem
Yeah.
is in his house.
Hi, Mandy. Oh my God, that's so funny. No, but I think that is great. You know, ladies and horror and us discussing these type of things because, you know what, we like horror movies a lot more than people think. You know, most of the time they think that girls are like all the time they get scared and stuff of that stuff. I don't get scared. I don't understand. I think I'm desensitized or something by it. I don't know. Maybe because I saw The Exorcist when I was a little girl.
I've been desensitized for so long, and so when I do run across something that'll, you know, at least really creep me out, then I'm so happy. And it don't happen as much as it used to, but you know.
But
There
you
is
know,
one movie that I've been hearing people rave about, Train to Busan. I need to watch that. It's on Netflix.
what's that?
Yes,
I've heard
you
nothing
do.
but good things.
Really? What's
It's a
that
zombie
again?
movie. I actually like zombie movies.
Oh, I love
Train to
zombies.
Busan.
Best looking zombies I've ever seen, hands down. I mean, the best makeup effects. Like, they make The Walking Dead look stupid.
But wait, you can you type that in the chat for me, please, Penny? Because I've never heard of it. I want to see it, and if it's on Netflix, we're gonna go see it tonight. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you'll like that.
I do want to recommend one more series for Penny. Okay, thank you, Penny. I do want to recommend one more series for Penny, and that is, and not all of it is good, I'm gonna tell you right now, but you know, in the very least you get a few chuckles, but definitely The Howling. Oh my God. What say you, Auntie Creeps?
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Howling.
That is a good one.
Oh my gosh, Penny, The Howling will have you freaking scared. Especially the first one. The first installment is the freaking scariest one, in my opinion.
I have to get my mom to watch these with me. We actually used to watch Supernatural together. The first season was scary to us.
No.
Supernatural?
The later seasons weren't like the same kind of like
No, they
urban
weren't.
legend scary like the first season. But the first season, we'd both be huddled on the couch under the blanket watching it.
I love
Oh, yeah, Dean
Supernatural,
and Sam
man.
are my boys.
Ooh-wee. Yes, baby. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, especially Dean. Oh my god. But honestly, to tell you the truth,
Oh, I'm a Sammy girl myself.
really, honestly, to tell you the truth,
I love Dean though. I do love.
yeah, I
Dean.
love them both. But honestly, to tell you the
Yeah,
truth,
me too.
if you really, really had to make me choose, you would never guess who from that show would be my number one go-to man that I would honestly say that's my man. Well, Kenny first, of course, but you know, in the show, and make
I'm
believe.
assuming you mean besides the brothers.
I bet I can guess.
Okay, try it.
Crowley.
No, but good one.
Oh,
Cass?
well, that's mine. So.
All right. So, you guys ready to hear the answer? John
Yes.
Winchester, the father. Oh my God, Mr.
Oh,
Negan
yeah, I love
himself.
that
I
actor.
love him. I love him. I'm like, oh my God, that man is all sorts of hot. For real. Like,
Oh, I've loved him since I saw him on Grey's Anatomy. That's the first thing I saw
oh
him
my
on.
God.
He reminds me of my grandpa, so automatically, no. My grandpa has that same personality.
Oh my God, I love him. He's like, oh my God, even as Negan, I can't help but just to drool over him. For real.
I know those dimples though.
Oh my God! Yes, ladies, yes. He's awesome. He starred in a movie with Hilary Swank, where he was like weirdly obsessed with her or whatever. It was a pretty good movie. Yeah. Even though I want, for some reason, I hated her, the victim in the movie, because I was like, girl, what the heck you running from? That's Negan, man. Why don't you love him? I was like, I hate her.
Oh, I
Kill
loved
her.
him in The Watchmen.
Oh, what?
I loved him in Watchmen. Did y'all ever see the Watchmen movie? Oh, what year did that come out?
Watchmen.
2000.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it again because I don't remember so many.
I saw it. I remember it was based on a comic book, and I felt like
Yes.
most people hated it, but I didn't hate it, but I never read the comics, so I thought maybe it's because I didn't read it, as I didn't hate it at all.
Oh, yeah, well, I hadn't read the comics and I just happened to watch it. I don't even remember why. Because I'm not usually into comic book movies. But yeah, I fell in love with it. And, what's the actor's name? I feel terrible. I should know his name.
Mandy Moore.
Anyway, the guy that plays.
Go ahead.
Anyway, he played the comedian. He was one of the, and he was sort of like a villainous superhero, which was strange. But
Kind of like Negan, right? Villainous.
yeah, kind
Kind of like Negan.
like he had no problem opening fire on a bunch of like protesters that wouldn't go away, and with a big cigar in his mouth. It
Oh,
was
that's
kind
awesome.
of awesome.
Mandy Mordem says she follows him on Twitter. Jose Puerto Rican says that he did a movie about a Dybbuk box. Let me see here.
I saw that one. Yeah.
The beautiful. Somebody else said something. The possession wasn't. Oh no! Wait, no. Sorry about that. But no, yeah. This guy has done a lot of work that a lot of people don't know about. So I'm gonna have to check some of those things out. I'm gonna have to look back at this and look in the chat because there's a lot of stuff there. Space Oddity Kayla said you should watch Tales from the Hood. That's a good one.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, but there's that one
I
part
love
where
that.
the guy keeps saying shit. Hey, I need my shit. You're gonna get your shit. Where the shit at? Oh, you gonna get it. You're gonna get that shit.
Oh, he was cool as hell. I loved him.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome.
Mortician. That was
Yeah,
so
Mortician is
good.
awesome. But hey, fellas, real quick, whenever you're snacking, it's good to have a healthy snack like a banana. And pudding is good too. But fellas, don't ever take your banana and stick it in the pudding.
Oh, God.
Because if you take your banana and stick it in the pudding, it's going to look like this. And you don't want your banana looking like that. So don't do it, fellas.
Hold on, I'll take some of that. He's being silly now. He's being silly. I think he's feeling a little left out. God. Auntie Creeps, do you have any more good horror movies that you might want to recommend?
Oh gosh, oh, there's been so many mentioned. I guess I'm tapped out right now.
Well, I have a long list to start with, so I think I'm set for it. I don't even know how long this list is, but I think it's going to be more than a few weekend marathons.
It just might take you a few weeks.
Oh, wow. No, but ladies, real quick. I'll ask you first, Auntie Creeps. What does the future hold for you here on the narrator community? Are you going to expand? What are you thinking?
Oh dear. Well, that's funny because, I've been wondering the same thing for a while. I mean, if you noticed, I've been going long periods without uploading. And I don't know. I was kind of dissatisfied. I was just trying to figure out, well, do I want to take it in a different direction? Do I just want to not pull the plug totally, but, start a different channel, doing different stuff. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm not 100% sure right now. I am kind of excited to start the next story in the Griffin Drive tale, and I am excited about that. So I think that's going to take up most of my time until I make up my mind. I did want to do some more true crime stories. But like I did the one about Gypsy Rose, and I mean, I enjoyed doing that. It was a lot different experience than just straight up narrating. Like, I mean, I wanted to present it as a story, not like a documentary. Like it was like an Auntie Creeps story, except it was about a real thing that happened. If you know what I mean. I don't know if you saw that one or not, but and that's how I presented it. And I thought, well, I can do other, because I'm really fascinated with true crime. A lot of people seem to be nowadays, and I didn't want to make it like a totally true crime channel. I still wanted to do the Auntie Creep stuff, but who knows? I'll probably do a few more cases before.
The good thing about your channel is that it can evolve as long as you stay within the same genre. Because, for example, we're still in the same genre, horror, pretty much, but we've been doing a lot more live streams lately as opposed to uploading regular content, but we're still sticking with like the same main idea. And true crime, narration, not a big leap. And you could still do the Auntie Creeps thing, and still, that's what playlists are for, putting different categories to it, just sticking within the same thing. I like to think of us as a variety horror show, because that's the motto of our channel. It's scary
but
stories.
Real quick, people, run to Twitter, run to Facebook, let everybody know we have Penny Tailsup and Auntie Creeps on at the same time.
You keep forgetting
You might
Instagram.
never see that again, folks. I'm telling you, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Make sure you get more people up in here. Tell them to like, share, and to subscribe, damn it. Thank you.
That's right. And our mods have been
Lightning
putting
in a bottle.
I know, right? Our mods have been putting Auntie Creeps and Penny's links in the chat. So if you don't know yet, go check them out. These ladies are really talented for real. Like for reals. Like you mentioned earlier when I was asking you about Cinderella and her prince with Nefarious. That was an amazing collab. Another collab of yours that I remember also is one with Ghost Mummy, where, you know, well, I don't want to give it away, but that was pretty good. That acting right there, just that voice acting just blew my mind. For a minute there, I forgot that I was listening to Auntie Creeps, and I did not like you for that minute. Cause I'm like, this chick is so self-righteous. You guys have to check that out. Like, what was the name of that? The title of that again?
Yeah, that was on Ghost Mummy's channel, and it was called, Good Deeds and Hell. Good Deeds and Hell.
That was amazing. You guys did great with that. You really did. I really believed you that you were this jerk, you know, which was, I almost forgot I was listening to Auntie Creeps, and I love Auntie Creeps, but I almost
Ghost
forgot
Mummy
for a
wrote
second.
that.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's an amazing writer. She does write a lot of stuff too. I remember she writes a lot of her things. But no, you did great. You brought that character to life, and I believed you, girl. I believed you. That was great.
Yeah, that was a fun character to play. Definitely.
Yeah.
Real quick, I got a roll call. Anthropomantic B.
Hello,
Everybody's in his house.
And Mandy Mordem says she's starting to watch the remake of Pet Cemetery.
Don't do it.
Oh yeah, I like the original.
Yikes.
I have not seen the new one. I have not seen the remake. I did see the original, and you know how I am with my classics. I hope they bring their A game, because the classics are the best and stuff, you know. But Penny, really quickly, what does the future have for you and Lily Madwhip?
Well, Lily Madwhip isn't going to be ending for a while because there's actually like 2 seasons of it. After the, well, I guess series, but I keep saying seasons. The first series is 15 parts long, and I've only posted up to 8, but I actually have 9 and 10 almost ready to go. I just need enough to come back from his break to do his little magic on it. So I actually have 2 episodes almost ready, a third slightly less ready, but still almost ready. But what I've been working on a lot lately is actually trying to move away a little bit from Lily Madwhip, because I'm beginning to think that that's all people think I do. But I actually, before Lily Madwhip, I wrote all of my stories, but I didn't write Lily Madwhip. It started to become the bulk of my channel. So I've been focusing on writing more of my own stories, and I'm going to start trying to do, in between Lily Madwhip episodes, something I wrote, so that people will start to remember, oh yeah, she writes too, and also here's her real voice. So they won't think I'm a kid, maybe.
No, yeah, absolutely.
You know
I'm
who's
also
here?
working on a new series, what I'll be working on with Nefarious TV.
Okay.
What it's basically going to be is I'm going to talk to creators in the community who have larger channels, and I'm going to have them tell me one of their weirdest, creepiest dreams they've ever had. And then I'm going to take that, write it into a story, and then do illustration/animation for it. So, and have them voice themselves in each episode.
Brilliant. That's brilliant.
So that's what I'm currently working on. First episode is going to be Nefarious TV. I've already been working on some of the art. And I've also been focusing on trying to get published more with my actual writing.
Oh, okay.
I've published in a few anthologies so far, but I'm trying to get to a point where I can start profiting off of this, because
of course
I'm very poor financially. And the writing so far has been a lot more profitable than the narration. I don't make anything off of narration, but I do make money off of my writing a little bit. But I've had a writer's block for like months at this point, which is the only reason I haven't posted more of my stories, is partially because I've had writer's block, and then of course with Lily Madwhip, it's like the perfect thing that I have. So I feel like I'm still doing something, but I didn't write that.
Okay.
I still do the art and everything for it.
I want to say real quick to you, Nefarious TV Penny, he's in his house. Welcome, Nef TV.
Everyone knows Nefarious TV is my favorite. He's my BFF.
Aww. No, he's a great narrator and a great voice actor. Him and I always go back to this. Him and Auntie Creeps actually did an amazing collab that I've already mentioned like 3 times in this conversation. Cinderella and her prince. That was amazing the way they did that. That was a great job. Kudos to you, dude. That was great. And definitely to you, Auntie Creeps. You were awesome in that as well. That was great, man.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That's so
I remember
cool.
that one too, but I have an ego, so of course the first one I thought of was the one that I wrote.
Oh, God. I mean, come on, we all have a little bit of an ego every now and then. Like, you know, I mean, some of our favorite work on our channel is our original stories with A Grown Other Witch. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, but yeah, we actually have actual content on our channel other than live streaming. We really do have some, and it is a series. I almost lost my breath there. It is a series. I think I'm getting the hiccups from talking too much.
So let me take over, baby. Yeah. So listen, gals. What was your favorite collaboration?
Oh, I've got one.
You go first.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I have to go. Ladies' room.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna feel bad if I think of one, but no, this is probably the best. I guess the one I'm the most proud of is this giant collaboration I did on my channel with as in collaboration, it was like different people had different parts in a story. It was called Requiem for Mankind. Mm-hmm. And it was mostly my fellow Scream Radio contributors, hosts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Manimal did a voice. Well, Black Eyed Blonde. She was the only one that was. I mean, she's been in a story on Scream Radio, but she's not a host. But I went to her specifically because of the part I had in mind for her. But yeah, the Reverend and Madame Macabre. Yeah, it was really good. The story was good, and everybody did such a good job. And so that's one I'm really proud of.
And
that's my
Penny?
favorite, I guess.
And how about you, Penny?
Well, I think the obvious answer to that would be the Lily Mad Whip series, because that's like the biggest collaboration of all time, because most characters are voiced by a different person. So every part, I get to bring even more people in. And I love that, even though I'm actually really shy about asking people to do voices. But besides Lily Mad Whip, because I feel like that's too obvious, I was on the Dark Somnium's channel in a story called A Scarecrow for God, and I got to voice a character on that. And that blew me away a little bit, because I totally fangirl over the Dark Somnium. So that one's one of my favorites, because I felt so honored.
I heard that on Scream. Yeah. Wow. Small world.
So do you have any future collaborations in the works? Either of you?
Not me so much anytime soon. I mean, the big project I've got in mind is, I was just going to go it alone this time. So
Lily Mad Whip series is still ongoing, so that's going to be going on for a while. I'm probably going to do the second series after I double check 100% sure that the author doesn't mind. I don't want to assume, but I'm pretty sure he'll say yes. And then I always try to invite other people to voice other characters in my stories. So in my case, there's always going to be some level of collaboration. And on the show that I mentioned, Nefarious TV is going to have a huge part in helping me with that as well.
That's fantastic.
Oh, Penny, can I ask you something? Can I be so bold as to say, if you ever come across a character you think I would be the good voice for, I would love it, because it's always been a dream of mine to voice an animation. I
of
think
course.
that would be the coolest thing ever.
It's funny you say that because I've already been planning on asking you for a character in season 2 once I get full permissions on that. So I've already actually been kind of planning.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I've already
okay,
had
I'm
you in
honored.
mind.
I would love to.
So I'll message you about that later once I figure out have all my permissions and once I'm actually closer to that series.
That is killer.
The second series of Lily Mad Whip has a lot more female characters than the first one. So there's a bunch of people I want to ask, but you were already on the list, I promise.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That makes my night. Thank you.
Stereo Dread, making dreams happen, making dreams come true. Now, Penny,
That's right.
don't forget, if you got some dude voice, I'm down. So don't forget about me. Chris Lars is in the house, everybody. Chris Lars, give it up.
we all gave it up.
Yeah, we just kind of went silent. Dead air.
Okay, well, I'll tell you one thing. Whenever dead air happens after someone says something, that's normally a bad thing. So, Penny, I get it. You don't want me nowhere near your animations. I understand that. But I still love you, girl.
Oh no.
I still love you.
I was totally going to ask you guys too, don't worry.
Oh my God.
I just don't ask until I'm ready to actually need the lines. There's
That's
so many
cool.
characters, there's so many people I'm excited I'm going to be able to ask later.
Yeah.
There's a couple of big ones that I've asked that I was so terrified that they were going to say no. I don't know why I was terrified, but or at least not get answered. But I've already gotten some pretty big channels involved, like Dr. Creepin, and I totally fangirled when he agreed to.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah.
He's one of the angels in Lily Mad Whip, and I am so excited about that because he's about to be more prominent in the series with the upcoming parts.
We have a question.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We have a question in the chat. Questions for both you and Auntie Creeps. Dingleberry wants to know what people you would like to collab with that you haven't already.
You go
Ghost Mummy.
first, Penny. Oh.
And Creeps Make Pasta, which is a total pipe dream, but he was actually the first narrator I listened to. But I've actually been pretty blessed. Most people I've asked have said yes.
Right.
So
Wow.
I don't have a giant list because most people I've talked to have already agreed.
I overheard Miss Stereo saying that, there weren't many female narrators out there, right? So I think that just because of that, if a female goes up to a male narrator and be like, listen, I want, if you have anything I could partake in, I'd love to. I'm pretty sure a male narrator would jump on it because like Miss Stereo said, there aren't many, too many female narrators in this genre.
I feel like that's less true than people think it is. It's just that so many of us are undiscovered. Because I actually know quite a few female narrators.
There are
just
quite a
that
few.
Not too many of them get to a point where they have brand recognition, I suppose is the word. But I actually know quite a few really great female narrators. They just are hidden gems. And I'm always really happy when people go, hey, who's a good female narrator? I'm like, here's a list.
Oh, okay.
Like Ghost Mummy, Black Eyed Blonde, Auntie Creeps, Madam Raven. I never would pitch for myself, but I'm like, also I do it. It's a side note. Creepy Blonde Girl, Metronox, Gothic Rose. Like, there's more, but because I'm trying to think of them now, I'm like,
Yeah, I've noticed that in the past 12 months, the past year, narrators have been popping out the woodworks, especially female narrators though, in the past year, like just
Yeah, in the horror community period. In the horror community period, I've been seeing a rise though. That is one thing I will say.
I'm getting whiplash from all the narrators popping up left and right. I'm like,
You're too funny. Oh, man. Oh, I have a question for you guys. I have a quick question for you ladies. Okay. I want to know what you ladies think, what you thought when you first heard that Kenny wrote y'all names into the Z-Horde anthem. What did you girls think about that?
Oh my gosh, when I was first listening to it, I didn't expect my name to pop up at all. So I was already like dying laughing. And then I heard my name and I was like, wait, what? And then I had to re-listen to it later because I didn't fully catch it because I was laughing from the appreciation.
I was honored. I was honored to be mentioned.
Perfect. I've never seen something like that. Well, heard something like that before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in a song.
Our horde likes it. Everybody
Let's
likes
play it for them one time.
We should, right?
Yeah, do it.
Well, there will be a delay for Auntie Creeps and Penny. They're not gonna be able to catch the whole thing because when we come back, we're gonna still be talking to them. So there will be a delay. But I'll play it real quick. Do you ladies mind?
Not at all.
Okie dokie, then here we go. The chat will still be able to hear you girls, by the way, just not us.
Yeah, so
I don't know how to work that yet. This one goes out to all you Dezomba friends, the Z Horde. We want you to know just how much we love you.
Shout out to Ophelia Noctis, creepy clown girl, dark carnival got this. A local nightmare, it's so amazing. Puerto Rican Jose's entertaining. Dark waters, dog man is twisted. Nation 1994, really gifted. Dustin Fleming's stronger than the rock. Hellfire's out here making everything hot. Yeah. Braden 23 of I is a G. We're kryptonites down, kid, he's family. Now there are times when we all need gore. Danny Martians in the house, never know what's in store. Mandy Mortem is legit and a queen. Gothic Rose enchanting, she's on the scene. 13 past midnight, things that go bump in the night. Gory B, horror addicts are out of sight. Big ups to the late horror show. Emily's Adventures in Horrorland, here we go. And you know we gotta keep them dice rolling. MD Who Entertainment, she's been chosen. Give it up for the evil outcast. Swedish mom is dope, yo, you know she got class. So if you get bad vibes from storytelling, then these monsters in my mind will leave you yelling. You see, we all about hearing stranger stories. On the creeps so sweet, she really got love for me. Penny Tailsup, narrating for the win. Queenie Todd, they amazing, but real dark and grim. Dementor centaurs, flickathon, swamp dwellers. Scolded 22, they be our fellas. Anime Atome, time we lives, a fantastic panic deep. Paranormal history, great graphics. What's up, Bullis Greedy? I meant CP. I'm gonna get so bent with nefarious TV. Slumberies are the morbid. Cap 7, truly salmon. And we can never forget about Karen. 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 Karen.
Hey everybody, we're back. Thank you for hanging in there and listening to the song. We have Auntie Creeps and we also have Penny Tailsup with us on the line. Are you still there, girls? Ladies?
I'm here.
Awesome. Miss Stereo, get back to your ladies' night thing.
Sure. We're almost, and you know something, we've been on for 2 hours and a half.
Okay.
So we're almost at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But I would definitely like to thank both Auntie Creeps and Penny for being here. This was amazing, and I was fangirling a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to keep my cool.
Thank you for having us.
I mean, I was fangirling a little bit because, come on, man. You know, I love Auntie Creeps. You know how much I admire you and I look up to you. And Penny, you are a dream. You know, you're a very talented young lady, and you're gonna go places. I really believe that. You know.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll be able to say we knew her when.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, we will.
Glad you guys talked me into it. I'm kind of shy, so I was a little afraid of doing it.
Oh no, you know something. It's like me and Auntie Creeps were talking earlier. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. You gotta just shoo it away. You know, bite the bullet and get it over with, because you know what? I really believe you're going places, like for real. And Miss Auntie Creeps, I would like to tell you also that, you know, you really have something that is very captivating. And there's something that you do with your voice and your tone and your pace and just the drama and the romance that you bring to horror. Wow. I really love that. It is romance, like your voice, the way you use it. I don't even know how to explain it. I love it. I really do.
Doesn't want to paste.
Oh, that's...
Control V.
I like that. Romance, I like that.
Okay, hold on.
Because I'm kind of a romantic at heart.
Yeah. Baby, what did you want to paste? So, okay. Exactly. Okay, gotcha. All right. No, he's looking for like a link or something that I gotta find. But anyway, listen. No, yeah, you ladies, you know, really know what you're doing. That's undeniable, honestly. What you ladies do, you girls really do have a lot of talent, and I don't know. I think that a change is coming, a good one. You know, I don't know. I think you should try to hang in there a little more, Auntie Creeps, because I think you're great. You know, I really do.
How long have you been doing this?
I thank you for your kind words. How long I've been at this? I guess 2.5 years now.
Wow.
So.
And Penny, how long have you been doing this, Penny?
About a year, but a large part of that was a hiatus because we got hit with that big old earthquake back in November, and I didn't have equipment for a while. So it's technically been over a year, but it's kind of been less than that. Of being active. Yeah, when we got a giant earthquake November 30th, you probably heard about it in the news. And most of the things, like my apartment was fine, but the things in my apartment were not fine.
Oh.
Like, my laptop was like in pieces.
Material items could always be replaced, but never the loss of life. I'm just happy that you are okay, you survived it, because you are amazing.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, but it did keep me from narrating.
That's right.
So that was a bummer
kept
for
you
me.
from narrating, but I bet you wrote a lot of good stuff, so when you started, you were right back on track.
Mm-hmm. I believe that. I believe she used her time wisely, so...
She's smart.
Isn't she?
I've been...
Right.
I've been on a slight break at the moment. It's partially because Nefarious TV has been taking a break, and I rely on him for really mad whip. But it's also for health reasons, unfortunately. So I can't entirely blame him.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna die, but I have anemia and I'm malnourished. So I always feel really bad. And I don't have a lot of energy. So it's been really hard even just to write because all I want to do is sleep. In fact, after this I'll probably go to sleep.
I hear you. Thank you so much to Kellyanne. Thank you, Kellyanne, for donating $100. Really appreciate that.
You.
Wow.
Bless you. Really appreciate that.
That's amazing.
I have no words. I have no words. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. It's going to go back to the stream.
Yes, it will.
You know, so thank you.
Yeah. Pretty soon.
Something? I'm so stoked that we have Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup here. This is going to be something I'll never forget.
Yeah, me neither.
Even though I barely spoke a lick, but I'll never forget this evening. Thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it.
I do have
Penny,
a question.
honey, I wish you could come to my house. I'd make you some supper. Some of my mashed potatoes. You won't be malnourished anymore.
Thank you.
I'm working on.
Well, I hope you get to feeling better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I was eating all the stuff that was as cheap as possible, which is not a good thing for vitamins. Like, I mean, I was like living that ramen life, and it's probably fine when you're in like your teens, but I'm creeping up on 30, so it's not fine anymore.
Robin.
But at least it's fixable. I know my issue is I need to eat better. It's just a little difficult when you're poor.
Exactly.
But,
I know.
I mean,
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
Try making stuff from the food pantry taste good. That's like the struggle for real. It's a real struggle.
I haven't gone to a food pantry because I'm, I guess, embarrassed.
Oh,
but
no.
I probably just need to suck that up and go.
No, girl. Do not be embarrassed. We have children, and we go to the food pantry. It is what it is. Just get some adobo and some sazon. You'll be good.
They give you eggs. They give you meat. They give you bread. I mean, come on. Hit up that food pantry.
Yeah, girl. Shoot. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You know what? I was going to talk to Kenny about that, too. Doing a live stream talking about...
going to the food pantry?
No, about poor people's struggles, Poor people struggle when you're a narrator. Yeah. The struggles that we all go through when you're like, you're a YouTuber and you're poor, you're first starting out, we feel that, honey. We feel that struggle.
You mean like not having socks? Like not having socks?
You girls don't see it, but he's holding up his bare feet.
Like not having socks?
Oh my God, he's like too much.
Not being able to have a shirt?
Oh, baby. Close that.
Okay.
You opening your robe and showing all the ladies. And, one of them will come up and steal you from me. Auntie Creeps already want to feed you mashed potatoes. The way to get to a man is his stomach.
I want those mashed potatoes. Give me.
Well, that's why I told my husband, I said, that's why I never worry about you murdering me someday, because the day you come at me, I'll be like, mashed potatoes! And you'll stop right dead in your tracks. And he's like, yeah, you're right.
Oh my God, baby, I gotta up my mashed potato game.
You better up that mashed potato game, because Auntie Creeps is coming for you.
Just find you a specialty. It don't have to be that. Just find you a specialty.
Actually, it's funny. We were talking about food last night on the stream. That was like the main theme of the stream. And, I was throwing up some of my, the stuff that I just come up with, my confections and whatnot. And one of the things that I always say my specialty is actually edibles.
Ooh.
That is so funny.
I make amazing cakes. It's just that's not what you want to eat when you're hungry.
No,
no, it's not. It's true because it's just gonna make you more hungry.
Yeah.
I love to bake. I've been doing less of it lately, but because I can't eat it and I'm poor. But like my favorite, like whenever I see like cupcake boards or something, I'm like, I could do that. I make amazing cupcakes, and that doesn't sound humble of me at all, but they're really that good. Okay,
Girl,
Hey, you know you're good at something.
you know what, honey?
Like I know my potatoes are amazing. I'll say it to anybody. I'll
That's
say it to
right.
your face.
Girl, I
Say it
made
loud and
Yeah,
say it
loud
proud.
I make some amazing pernil, and in case you ladies don't know what
Pork
pernil
shoulder.
is, it's pork shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, but Spanish
cooked,
people,
slow cooked.
yes, slow cooked. Spanish people call it pernil. Okay, and hey, I make me some mean rice and beans too, but
Oh,
you know,
boy.
it's not an everyday
Yeah,
thing.
but look, all joking aside, the reason we're eating ramen right now is because Miss Stereo, she spent 5 hours up here trying to learn how to use that voice meter banana so that we don't have any echoes when we're talking to our guests. And the poor thing was up here from 4 o'clock till 9. And I'm looking at the watch like, okay, there's not going to be dinner tonight. So let me just make me a ramen. It'll hit the spot and it'll take Miss Stereo off the hook of having to cook anything. Because the poor dear, she's eating her meal now. Look, she's been up here since 4 o'clock till 9, then started the live stream, and it's midnight, and now she's having her first meal since 3? She's dedicated. We're both dedicated. We work really hard, even if it means starving and coming on hungry with a headache.
So we feel you,
So
Penny,
we
when
know.
you say that. When you talk about poverty, that's something we do have to talk about one day on the stream.
About that.
We need a whole stream for that, talking about poverty
That's right.
and upcoming or brand new YouTubers. You know, a lot of people they look down and they say, "Oh, get a real job." I've heard that so many times.
Yeah.
But first of all, I'm
Jose.
disabled.
I work 40 hours a week, and
Jose.
that doesn't even count my YouTube. I actually have a good job, but I'm alone. And I live in Alaska, and it is so expensive here. Like my living expenses are like $1,500 a month.
Oh, wow.
And if I wasn't a single person, that might be manageable. But as a single person living alone, it's not manageable, even though I work really hard.
No,
I don't understand.
But I'm going to go to law school, so
I don't
hopefully that
understand
helps.
how such a talented, smart, beautiful girl such as yourself, Penny Tailsup, is available and single. That's crazy.
She lives in Alaska, baby.
What, there's no men in Alaska?
Yeah, but
All right, everybody,
go out?
all the fellas, we're moving to Alaska. That's where all the girls is at. Let's go. All the single ladies.
who the heck wants to go out in that snow? But Jose Puerto Rican just threw up a link, and that's one thing that we do here. I don't know if you ladies know, but here in our chat, our mods are so gracious and so wonderful that they go do research
and put links that are very important.
Yes, like suicide prevention links.
How about this link?
Jose just threw up the financial assistance and more link for usa.gov/help with bills. Look up that as well. Whoever may need it in the chat, or if you know somebody who needs it. Because, we're talking about poverty here at the moment. But it is really great to be in this community. And I think one of the reasons is the unity that we have here. And
the realness.
The realness, yes. Because we cannot be fake. I don't like...
We can't be fake, y'all. I got no socks.
Yes.
No socks. Let's be real.
Okay. No, but seriously,
Pretty real.
there is, it is real. The struggle is real, like for real. It's really bad. But that link that Jose put up there can be a lifesaver for a lot of people. I know, honestly, where we live, gosh, we live in HUD subsidized housing.
HUD, give it up for HUD.
Yeah, so we feel lucky and blessed, honestly, because there's people who sleep in a tent
Yeah.
You know, and that's the truth. There's
Underneath
people who
a
live in-
bridge, inside
Yeah.
of a box, and that's
Yeah.
not cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not
so
cool.
we feel lucky, but don't get it wrong. We're not above wanting to upgrade either,
Of
because
course not.
the space is
Listen,
limited.
I've lived in the ghetto all my life. All I've
Yeah.
known is having neighbors to the left, right, top, underneath, in front, and in back.
We've
I'm
never
tired
had
of
our
that.
own.
One day I want my own house. I could walk out into my backyard if I wanted to naked, and
Yeah,
not have to be
me
worried
too.
about, there's neighbors everywhere that's
Yeah.
gonna see me.
Yeah.
And then the stereo's gonna get jealous because she knows what's gonna happen. And I can't control those things.
I will slap you.
I can't control those things. Out of my hand.
Kenny, man, he's too much. We be clowning. But no, you ladies, for real, thank you so much for being here. And you girls touch my heart. And Kenny, oh my God, it sounds like Penny.
You got Kenny on the brain.
Shut up.
'Cause I said I was gonna be naked, right? So I got you thinking about me.
Oh my God, yes, you caught me. No, but Penny, you really touched my heart with that too. Talking about poverty and stuff.
Yeah.
Girl, we feel you. We know the struggle. We understand,
We do.
and you ladies are amazing. Please keep doing what you're doing. By the way, are you girls on Discord?
Yes,
Oh,
I
I'm
am.
not.
I have my own little sad Discord channel that I think only like 2 people are on it.
Girl, that will change.
But I do use it.
Somebody put a link to the zombie Z-Horde Discord.
Yes.
We'd love to have Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup
Yes.
drop in. And
Join
say
our
hi.
Discord.
Last night, guess who came through? Viv22.
Oh, yeah, he was here.
He dropped into our Discord.
Yeah, he did.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah.
That was great. And Slumber Reads is part of our Discord as well. Who else? Oh my goodness, Nefarious.
Nefarious, yeah.
Creepy Clown Girl. I know you ladies have to know who Creepy Clown Girl is. This girl is my goodness.
Of course.
Everybody knows who she is. We also
Even when I
have
was like brand spanking new, I knew who she was.
and we have the male version of her as well, Jose Puerto Rican. He's awesome as well.
No.
Puerto Rican showcasing and Promethean dude. So girls, you want your Discord to grow? You want to learn your way around Discord?
Yeah.
Those are 3 people. Well, 2 people you have to see is Creepy Clown Girl and Promethean dude.
Yeah, Promethean dude, he'll help you out. And
Yes.
Creepy Clown Girl too. And Philia maybe to a lesser extent, I think. But
Yeah, because she's just finished moving and all that, and
But
she
there's
had
a lot of
money.
ladies. We have a lot of ladies in the Discord.
Yes, we
like
do.
Space Oddity Kayla,
Mhm.
Bathsheba, Josie, kitty. So there's a lot of females on our Discord,
yes,
so
there
you'll feel
is.
right at home.
That's right. And we'll be welcoming, and there we can really talk.
And we can get loose, baby.
Woo! And in case you don't know, right after the stream, what we usually do, especially the evening stream, is we go on Discord for a little while and we chill, we talk, we have a few beers, so to speak, and we really let loose.
Is Creepy Clown Girl in the house, actually? Is Creepy Clown Girl here? Because
I'm gonna find
I
out
would
right now.
like to because Creepy Clown Girl, she really loves you, Auntie Creeps, and Penny Tailsup. So I would like for her to at least give us a call at our call number, so if it's possible, so she could say hi to you.
Actually,
I think she would faint and pass out.
I'll actually send her a link
Yeah.
in the chat. It's a better idea to send her a
Okay.
link in the chat because
Okay.
for some reason I still haven't learned how to patch in
The phone? Okay.
the phone
Okay.
to the Google Hangouts.
And what I like to do here is to help make people's dreams come true. Not the big ones, because I'm not Mr. Beast, but maybe the smaller ones, like, meeting a favorite narrator or something and saying hi.
Yeah.
She's
awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
I love Creepy Clown Girl to death.
Aww.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So, Creepy Clown Girl, if you're listening, we
Wake
just
up.
sent you a link on Twitter to the Hangout so you can quickly come say hi to
Yes.
Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup. Penny
Yes.
is, if I'm not mistaken, she says she has to go soon because she's a little sleepy. So if you're around. Oh, okay.
I gotta read this.
Read it.
Nina Love says, Scroll up a little bit. Boo. Scroll
Okay.
Up. Nina Love says, Dezombified, you two are officially the most amazing couple. Like a modern Morticia and Goldie. The most romantic horror couple. Thank you. That means a lot to us. Nina Love.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
That really. Oh my god. That means
That was
means a
beautiful.
lot
Thank
to
you.
me.
That's one reason I like you guys.
Really?
You girls.
I
are
mean,
gonna
you
make
know,
me
I'm a
blush.
romantic at heart, and I love seeing a married couple with their own channel. It's awesome.
Oh my god. Wow.
Ask Penny what she likes about us.
Yeah, why'd you agree to come on here?
Yeah,
It's
why?
Small channel.
Well, I mean, I don't care about channel size. I've always really enjoyed the streams, even if I'm not always around. I think you guys both have a really soothing presence, and I like the conversations that are always stimulated in the chat. It feels like a little more interactive than other streams I've been on, so everybody who watches is a participant,
Yes.
and I really enjoy that.
Yes.
Even when I'm just listening, because sometimes I lurk, I really enjoy the atmosphere.
Oh, thank you so much. Really
my
appreciate
God.
that. That's
Yeah.
the whole reason we did it was, to make you guys part of the show.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my god, creepy clown girl's here.
Oh, creepy clown girl!
Oh, in his house.
Hi.
His house.
Yes.
Hi, creepy clown girl.
Hey, creepy clown girl.
Auntie Creeps. Hey,
Yeah,
Penny.
it's me.
That is Penny and Auntie Creeps, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. It's finally nice to meet both of you this way.
This is cool, actually, talking to you. Yeah. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing good.
Sound good.
Thank you. So do you.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Oh, this is
so cool.
amazing.
Do you have any
I'm
questions?
sorry, I've been bouncing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you would put me on the spot. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh.
She's fangirling.
So. Huh?
You fangirling, girl.
This is awesome.
No.
I've never seen creepy clown girl speechless before. This is amazing.
Yeah, even when we had on Swamp Dweller, she was still not like this.
Yeah.
She was more cool that
Wow,
day.
I'm honored. I'm honored for my part of it.
I know she loves you both a lot. I know that creepy clown girl happens to love the both of you a
Aw.
lot.
Take a breath, CCG. Take a deep breath.
So sweet.
Count back from 10.
I love creepy clown girl. I will say that.
You hear that, CCG? Auntie Creep says she loves you.
She loves you, baby.
I love you both too. I actually had just got done. I've been bouncing in and out of the chat because I was uploading my first ever channel trailer when Philia called me and said that you guys were calling me. So it's like, what? Okay. Huh?
Thank you, Philia.
So questions. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, well, I heard what inspired Penny and everything, and by the way, I love your series, and yeah, I love the voice. It's just so Penny, it's just, it's perfect.
Oh,
Mad
thank
lips,
you.
excuse me.
I'm always embarrassed when people compliment me, so I'm sorry.
I got a roll call. Excuse me, ladies. I got a roll call. Things that go bump in the dark. Excuse me. Things that go bump in the night.
Oh my God, yes, I love them.
Woohoo! Hi, TTGB. I'll try to say that 20 times fast. Now that would be embarrassing to screw that one up.
Things that go bump. It's in his house.
But actually, I did kind of miss bits and pieces of what got Penny started on I hope I'm saying this name right. Madlib?
Madwhip.
Lily
I'll
Madwhip?
call her Lily. Yeah, Lily.
Yes.
Excuse me. Why can't I just say Lily in the first place? This is embarrassing.
Frank the Tank is in his house. His house.
Frank.
Don't you ladies love it when he does that?
All right, let me ask it more professionally. Penny, what inspired you to create and do the series Lily? I'll call her Lily M.
Okay, so I didn't write the series. I always have to emphasize this. It was written by William Dalphin. And before I started narrating Lily Madwhip, I was only narrating my own work. But I got writer's block and I didn't have anything to produce anymore. And I was talking to one of my good friends on Discord. And one of them, out of the blue, messages me and says, hey, you'd be perfect for Lily Madwhip, And I love that series because I actually read No Sleep. I'm actually a moderator on No Sleep right now. And I thought, really? You think I would be good as Lily? Because she's a 9-year-old girl. I don't think I can pull off a kid. But then, and her name was Pinky. And she talked me into it. Well, I say talk me into it, but I basically was like, let me see if the author would even agree to let me do it. So then I messaged William Dalphin. He's super nice, and he agreed. He just wanted the standard credit, and I'm like, of course. And I try to go out of my way and make sure I include his book links. Whenever he has a promotion going on, I try to promote it, because I'm so grateful that he actually agreed to let me on my tiny little channel. I think I had under 500 subs when I started, and now I'm at like 1,600-ish subs. I'm actually not sure the exact number right now. So I thought he would look at me and go, baby channel, no thanks. Especially because there's actually a much larger channel, Mr. Kahupasta, doing the same series and having a little ball of giggles voicily. I can't compete with that, but I'm trying.
I'm a trying.
So that was why.
Well, I tell you something.
Well, it's an amazing series, and he's a very talented writer, but you pull it off very well. I mean, it's like you just do, and it's like, wow, there's no way I could pull off a 9-year-old little girl. There's no way.
I'll tell you this.
I could do it.
Excuse me, mister. Do you have the time?
How was that?
Oh, God.
This is my impression of a 9-year-old girl, okay? Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to embarrass myself. That's me.
Oh, my God. Look.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Okay. It will never, ever be as good as Penny's, ever. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. If y'all laugh in the chat, it's quite all right. Trust me. Let's see. What's something I can say? Okay. Guess what? I'm going over to Auntie Creeps today, and I'm going to get lollipops.
Beautiful.
But I'll be
With a little editing, and you make that perfect.
Right?
I would say it's like 50% acting and 50% nefarious TV putting a filter on my voice. So it's not purely me. It's not pure natural. I do work on making sure I get the intonation right, so I sound how a kid would talk.
Right.
But my voice is not a kid voice. So whenever I listen to the rough version of me doing it, I always think, this doesn't sound good at all, and then Nefarious TV does his magic on it. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's totally a kid. So if you learn how to edit, you can sound like any age. Probably any gender. You can probably be anybody with the right software.
Well, if any of you guys that are hardcore have ever listened to our original scary stories, okay, and are familiar with Agrona the Witch, there's a certain gentleman that made the voice of Agrona the Witch, and honestly, I gotta say he did a pretty good job. It was a little bit of editing done, but he did good. Baby, could you throw up just one line of Agrona? Just one.
I don't know. I forgot the words.
Excuse me, I've been watching you for a while, and I want to know if you want to practice my craft.
Oh, something like that.
He did.
Oh, wow, that
good.
was good.
And I'm gonna tell you
I
something.
didn't like to edit my
Amazing.
voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna say something to Penny real quick. Penny, you may say, you know, that you didn't write Lily and Nefarious, you know, have edited for you, and I have no doubt that Nefarious has amazing skills. We know this already, but I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
You own Lily Madwip. You do.
You own
Oh,
it.
doesn't she?
Thank you. I do try my best. I always have to give credit where it's due. I do not want to take full credit for something that is a huge group effort. If you listen to my other stories, that is all me, except for some of the voices. But I mean, I do all the editing, and it's my real voice on most of them. But on Lily Madwip, I just would not, in good conscience, be like, "Oh yeah, that's all me. Compliment me, please."
Wow.
I mean,
No,
I don't think I'd
everyone
ever say that.
involved has brought that series to life. I mean, from what Neff does to Johnny, drawing a blank, but to all of them, you know, and to you, to the writer. I mean, you guys all have mad talents, and
Oh yeah.
it's amazing. It really is.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
You know
Even
what's
if I am
funny?
embarrassed.
You know what's funny, that the three channels right now on this panel, Auntie Creeps, Penny, and us, Dezombified, we've all done collabs with Nefarious.
That's right. That's true.
He is the nicest. I don't even know why he agrees sometimes, because I ask way too much of Nefarious TV.
Oh,
He's my BFF, and I'm like always like, hey, help me. I mean, he's doing the entire Lily Madwip series with me, and that's a huge commitment.
It is.
And when he offered, I was like, are you sure? Because this is a long series. I didn't think he understood what he was getting into, but he's like, oh no, absolutely. Like he knew and he wanted to. And I don't know, it makes me so happy.
he's you know what it is though? It's so easy for him because he's so good at what he does, editing, because he really is good at it. And he probably does that in his sleep. Like you know how I picture Neff? I picture Neff typing, mouse clicking, and working on two different computers, one for each hand. Like I can picture him.
That's Neff.
Yeah.
That's Neff.
Auntie Creeps, help me out here. What do you think?
Oh yeah, Neff. He's a great guy. I enjoyed working with him.
So, Auntie, my question to you: what or who inspired you to become a narrator? And I love your stuff, by the way. Still.
Oh, thank you. There was a lot of different ones. Like earlier, I was saying, as far as female narrators go, was Creepy Mrs. Pasta. She doesn't upload that much anymore. She was uploading quite a while, for a little while, but 6 months or so ago. Then she stopped again, but she was a big influence. Mr. Creepy Pasta, he was a big influence. Yeah, and I don't know. There's a Mr. What's his name? Oh gosh.
Mr. Creeps?
No, no, it's not a Mr. this time. It's I feel so bad. I can't think of his name right now. I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking. But no, there was a lot of the old school narrators that are still around that, inspired me. I couldn't even really tell you what made me think I could do it, to be honest. I've always liked reading stories out loud. I used to work at a radio station where I just read the weather and, promos, things like that. And people have always told me they like my voice, which I never understood it. And myself, I never understood why. But I thought, well, it might be fun. I didn't figure anybody would really notice my channel. I just thought I'd put it up, and if people leave a lot of hate comments like, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Who is this? This is awful," then I would quit. Say, "Well, I tried." But no, I was pretty well received. A lot more than I would have thought. So.
Oh, I totally feel you. Like sometimes when people, come to us. Oh, that's from downstairs. It's the air conditioner. Sorry. The air conditioner downstairs is making that noise. Yeah, I went down there and it was making that noise. Oh, there it goes again. Wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's me with the mic. Oh, no. So what I was saying is, I still sometimes also get, a little, weirded out by, not weirded out, because I'm honored. But it's just strange to me that people are listening to me on the internet. People from all over the world, honestly. And it's an honor. It's humbling. It's truly very humbling. A very humbling experience. But real quick, ladies, I want to, before, because we're going to be cutting really soon, but I did want you ladies to see something. Go ahead, Kenny.
Yeah, so... Auntie Creeps, when you said that you was gonna go out there and just, put your videos, and if anybody, hated it, that you were gonna stop, right? But you didn't stop because people loved it, right? People loved it, so you kept going. And I want everyone in the chat, do not let anyone take your dreams away, because dreams can come true. Just look at this photo on the screen. It's of Harry Potter, the Deathly Hallows movies, and Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup. I want you to look at the picture to see if you see anybody you recognize in it. Can you see anybody you recognize? I think they do. That's actually, you see, dreams can come true.
I can't see anything.
You can't see the photo?
I'm sorry.
How about Penny? Penny, can you see the photo?
No.
Penny?
I'm going to send them to you, Auntie Creeps. I'm going to send you the photos. Okay. I'm going to send you the photos on Twitter.
Okay, I appreciate it.
and show this one.
Yeah.
This one's from The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman, starring Hugh Jackman and Zendaya. It came out 2 years ago, I believe, in 2017, y'all.
Yeah, I was a bearded lady.
You see, so dreams can come true. You just have to really work hard at it and believe in yourself.
You guys kill me.
And don't let anyone tell you
Billy
you
and
can't.
Noctis.
And one more thing.
Billy and Noctis. Are you saying you want to hear the little boy voice or the Charlie voice?
And one more thing, we're also time travelers here. We're from the year 2550.
Oh, yeah.
We come back into time to bring goodwill and love. So if you look at that photo, Penny, you might see someone you recognize. Because we're all about spreading love.
It's interesting. It's not even black and white.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
You guys brought color into the past, even.
Yes, that's right. We tried to colorize the past, but they weren't ready. They weren't ready for it.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm fiddling here with the mouse, and I like.
Ooh, cakes.
Actually, that's
That's flan. That's
Oh no,
flan.
wait. It hasn't gone there yet.
That is flan.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different stuff there. The last image
cakes,
was
that's true.
my flan, but yeah, for
All that food.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got a little nervous there with the flan, with the pictures.
Shout out to Space Oddity Kayla's brother Dennis. If you're hearing us, Dennis, we got you in our prayers, and we're hoping you get better soon, Dennis.
Here's to a speedy recovery, love. Prayer emojis for Dennis, everybody, and hearts.
That's right.
And little angels. Aww. The little boy voice. What little boy voice, Philia? I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, the little boy voice from Auntie Creeps.
Oh!
Yeah, from the Griffin Drive. With Rory.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, do it. Can you do it?
Yeah, but he's only 2, so his vocabulary's like really limited. But when he's displeased, he'll always say, "Don't like it."
I love that.
Or bad, Charlie.
That's so cute. I love it. Oh my god.
It's amazing.
Oh yes, it is.
I love doing that story. That was so amazing.
I'm gonna go rewatch it again because you know what it is, Auntie Creep. A lot of your videos I watched as I was going to sleep.
Right.
Okay, but I gotta go rewatch because when that's the only way I can sleep is listening to my favorite narrators. You know, you're one.
I hear you.
Yeah, you're one of them for sure. And Dark Waters.
Moyman.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like.
Sorry, that was a request.
No, that's okay, honey. It's okay. You do your thing. But I really would like to encourage you to join our Discord, Auntie Creep. Try to download the program and get, by the way, CCG can really help with that.
I'm on it.
Auntie Creep, if you don't know CCG, okay? CCG, every time that we mention something, we just mention something, 5 seconds later, it's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all over the place, because she is just great at freaking multitasking and social media and traveling. She's like freaking a robot or something. I don't know how she gets all that energy.
She's a one-person PR firm.
Yes, absolutely. But I would really encourage you both to join. You will grow there.
Penny has already joined your server. And Penny, I hope and would love to have you a part of the carnival.
Yes, the Carnival of Horror.
I used to be part of it. I remember. Yeah, I probably should rejoin it again. I just got a little overwhelmed with all the chatting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Carnival of Narrators. This is a new Discord server. It's called the Carnival of Horror.
Oh, okay. Well, send me a link. I'll join for sure.
On it.
Yes.
But real quick, going back to what Auntie Creep said, about making your dreams come true and everything, I would have never thought that 8 months ago when Neff and Night Terror, they encouraged me to upload my poem videos to YouTube. Oh, you talk about nervous. Just one of my poem videos, though they are short, has 143 views.
Wow, yeah.
8 months later, I'm at almost...
Wow, that's better than most of mine do.
Same.
And I'm just...
Yep.
I'm just, blown away that, like you said, Mysterio, that, that there's so many people that would want to listen to what I had to write. And I'm just thankful every day, and I'll just keep doing what I do, and it's done, Auntie Creeps.
Aww. Oh man,
this has been a crazy successful ladies night.
I loved it.
I don't know how many likes the video got, the stream. I hope at least 40 for Penny Tailsup and for Auntie Creeps. I hope people
25.
Oh, that's a shame. You guys deserve at least 40, 50 likes. I don't know what's going on.
No, but you know what it is? It's Friday night, so you know what's going on, right? Everybody's at the club, baby.
We had mad people up in here. Should have been at least 40
I
likes.
have no idea. But anyway, I'm just grateful that we
Auntie
got...
Creeps and Penny is on. Forget the dang club.
I know, right?
Y'all thought it was a real nice turnout.
I know, right? Everybody at the club.
This is a once in a millennium thing. Like, once in a lifetime. These people are crazy.
I'm happy. I'm really happy because we spent time with our friends and some amazing fellow YouTubers, an amazing poet like
Amazing.
CCG.
Yep,
CCG, you're a great poet, you know, and a great
yeah.
promoter
Is
at
a
that.
song here? So we could, like, play that song.
Oh my God, yes. Hey, Auntie Creeps and Penny, have you guys ever heard
Is it okay
CCG's
if
song?
we play it? CCG?
No,
Oh,
I don't
the
think
CCG song. Yeah, I heard it the other night.
How about you, Penny? Have you
That
ever
was
heard it?
very nice.
I haven't.
Oh my goodness. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to say goodbye to the ladies so that they can kick their feet up.
Can they
and
come
sit
back
on
in the
couch.
future to make part 2?
Ask them. It would be fine with me.
That would be great.
I'm down.
Yay!
I'm done with it too. I just need to know in advance.
Okay,
Just so I can
great,
plan.
great. Awesome.
I am, I wanted to say thank you for inviting me to come on and to get to talk to Auntie and to Penny. This is amazing and wow.
Yeah, me too. I'm
Yes,
fangirling
it's
too. I
great.
just have to try and be professional.
Me too, but I gotta play it cool. But after the stream,
I'm
I'm gonna be like, oh my
trying, but
god,
you know,
oh my
when
god,
you're-
you saw it was Auntie Creeps and Penny Tailsup. Oh my god, well, did that really just happen? Well,
Yeah,
after the stream.
That's
but now I
usually
gotta
our
play it
reaction
cool.
after the stream.
Because, on YouTube, there isn't that very many, female narrators. And there seriously needs to be more because, in the future, looking back, the ones that are going to come after Auntie, Penny, Ghost Mummy, they're going to learn everything that they're going to need for their channel because of them. They are now becoming the pioneers for the future narrators, female narrators to come.
They're here doing the boom. That's a female narrators. I would have to say this is becoming more, even though there were some before, but you ladies, you three that CCG just mentioned, you guys are the ones that people are going to look back at and they're going to say, I want to be like that one. I want to be like her. And I want to, like the role models. It's going to be you ladies.
That's right.
You may not see that now, but it is the case. I know I do. That is for sure, but
You guys are so sweet.
Yeah, that is sweet. I don't know what to say with stuff like that usually, but thank you.
I love you. Oh my God,
we love you.
Welcome.
Oh my God. All right. Let's finally let them go rest.
Okay,
and,
fine.
And you girls
Good night, Penny Tailsup. Thank you for joining us, and good night to you, Auntie Creep.
Good night.
We
Mwah.
love you both
Good
very
night.
much.
Nice meeting you both and getting to talk to you. And congratulations on all your successes. And here's to many more.
That's right, that's
Indeed.
right.
Give it
Thank you, dear.
up.
We're gonna play the CCG song now, the Creepy Clown Girl song.
Yes.
So once you ladies hang up, then we'll press play so that you guys can actually get to hear it.
Yeah.
And then I will we'll take a quick break and come back and say our goodbyes. And then it's the after party on Discord.
After party, here we come. Give me 1 second to find out how to hang up.
Okay, bye
Sweet
ladies.
dreams.
Good night, sweet dreams.
Love you,
Bye-bye.
love you.
Bye, Penny.
Thank you
Bye,
so much.
Auntie.
Bye, CCG.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my God.
How do I hang up?
Just
Red button.
Red button. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. Thank you so much to Penny Tailsup and to Auntie Creeps for joining us here on Stereo
Absolutely.
Dread.
Absolutely.
And Miss Stereo, you did a good job.
Oh.
But we're gonna have to have a boys' night.
Oh
a
yeah.
fellas' night where Miss
Poker.
Stereo keeps her trap shut a little something. And I could do most of the talking. Because I wanted to play too. It's not fair.
Oh my God. Penny says, I can hear again. LOL. Oh my God, that's great.
Let's do it. Let's play that.
Yes, let's
Creepy
play
Clown
the
Girl
Creepy
song.
Clown Girl song.
We love you too, Red Kryptonite. Thank you for all the kind words. This is your second home away from home.
You're great, dude.
Frank the Tank says, yo.
I did want to tell you, for those who have not
Right.
heard the CCG song, it's pretty much the same as the Z-Horde song in that it represents our
Affinity,
supporters.
our love.
Yeah, for our supporters. And, you know, we were thinking who could be that person that totally represents our horde for us, our Z-Horde members, our family, and our supporters that are all you guys who are listening right now. You know, well, that's CCG, duh. So, so definitely, and without further ado, here is the CCG song.
Creepy clown girl, you're not alone. When you're here, you're right at home. Creepy clown girl, you know we care. Lean on us, we'll all be there. When you're feeling lonely, turn this on. You can feel the love come through the song. Creepy clown girl, this one's for you. We hope this one will pull you through. Creepy clown girl, show us that smile. In this world, be like a child. Creepy clown girl, there's always pain, but the sun will shine after the rain. When you're feeling lonely, turn this on. You can feel the love come through the song. Creepy clown girl, this one's for you. We hope this one will pull you through. Creepy clown girl, show us that smile. In this world, be like a child. When you're feeling lonely, turn this on. You can feel the love come through the song. Creepy clown girl, you're not alone. When you're here, you're right at home. Creepy clown girl, you know we care. Lean on us, we'll all be there. When you're feeling lonely, turn this on. You can feel the love come through the song.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to that Creepy Clown Girl song. But right now what you're looking at is, that's right, got merch. We got cups, we have a Teespring store. Listen, I heard people say, but I don't drink coffee. Well, my response to them is, well, do you drink anything? Do you eat anything? Do you store anything? Because listen, you could put like your loose change inside of that mug. You could put freaking some sort of gumbo in there if you like gumbo. You could put some Spanish rice and beans in there. You could put hot cocoa on a cold winter night. You could put anything in them damn mugs. My favorite thing to do with that mug is, let's say, you know, for example, let's say you chop your hand off by mistake. You're cooking food, you just chopped off your hand. Put it in the mug with some ice and head to the ER. They'll put that hand right back on you and you'll be like, wow, the Dezombified came through. Thank you for the mug. Or let's say you're drinking something, right? You're at work, all of a sudden this creepy co-worker comes up to you talking about, hey baby, you want to get with me? You just take the mug and hit him with it. Shh, get out of here, you creep. We don't condone violence. That was just a joke.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. You can eat your ramen out of there. You can eat your freaking SpaghettiOs. You can eat Captain Crunch out of there.
Right?
You can eat anything. Farina, oatmeal. Come on, people. Listen, my favorite thing to do is, like I said, I'm aspiring to be a hobo. So I'm gonna go out there with one of these mugs and collecting change on the train and on the sidewalks. So if you want to be an aspiring hobo, get one of these mugs and collect change in style. Disclaimer, we're just joking. We don't want anybody out there scamming the public. That's not cool. You could put a bunch of M&Ms in there. Freaking, in the wintertime, when it's Christmas time, you could put a bunch of those freaking peppermints in there, candy canes. Come on, people, let's do it.
Oh my goodness. Hey guys, how are you? Did you enjoy the stream, by the way? I'll tell you this much. I enjoyed myself just, watching, listening to Auntie Creeps.
Oh, by the way, if you have some sort of like custom logo, you could send me the logo and I'll put it on a cup for you, and it'll be there just for you with your own custom logo or whatever. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. You can put paper clips in your mug.
13 Pat Midnight says you can state in your will that you want your cremains in there.
No, not your remains. You
can put cremation.
Yeah, cremations. So you could put a loved one's ashes in a mug and put it right there on the mantle.
Oh my goodness. Ew.
You can do it.
Do it. Oh my god. Oh my god. You guys are amazing.
Ay, loco nightmare. In the hizzo.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we hope you enjoyed yourself this evening. I know I did, even though I barely spoke a lick. I know I did, even though I was starving, sucking on ramen noodles and eating bananas and pudding. By the way, never stick your banana inside pudding, because if you do, it's gonna come out all,
icky
looking. So don't do that,
man. Oh man, you guys.
You saw what happened to my banana when I dipped it in pudding. It came out all covered in pudding. So don't do that.
Oh my god. So hey guys. Oh man, I have to live with him, you know that, right? Like for real, I have to live with him.
The local nightmare says, wait, what? Yeah, don't take your banana, local nightmare.
Wait, he said hold up. What is it, a local nightmare? Tell us. What are you talking about?
So anyway, we love you all. Thank you for everything. Don't forget to hit us up on Discord.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be an after party. We're gonna get on Discord, we're gonna hang out, and we're really gonna talk there.
That's right, Space Oddity Kayla. You can use our mug as an urn.
Yep.
Do it in style.
Oh my god, wait, what?
Sigue parante, mujer.
Okay, so listen, we gotta go, but we will be in the after party real quick. So if you have not joined the Kickstarter, oh my god, you guys, we have to go.
Plus what? What is it?
Okay.
Equals
the
what?
hand, man, the hand.
What is that?
I don't know. I can't see. I think it's chocolate. Yeah, chocolate. Oh.
Shame, Puerto Rican showcase.
You started it.
So we're gonna have an after party. So let's kick it off with the Horde anthem on our way out, because we love you, Z Horde. Remember, we love you all. We want you always to be here, because this is a safe place here. Everybody love each other. It's a love fest. It's a circle. Oh, I was about to say, it's not that type of party.
This one goes out to all you Dezomba friends, the Z Horde. We want you to know just how much we love you.
Shout out to Philia Noctis, creepy clown girl, dark carnival got this. A local nightmare is so amazing. Puerto Rican Jose's entertaining. Dark waters, dog man is twisted. Nation 1994, really gifted. Dustin Flemings, stronger than the rock. Hellfire's out here making everything hot. Yeah, Braden 23 of fire's a G. We're kryptonites down, Kitty's family. Now there are times when we all need gore. Danny Martians in the house, never know what's in store. Mandy Mortem is legit and a queen. Gothic Rose enchanting, she's on the scene. 13 past midnight, things that go bump in the night. Gory B, horror addicts are out of sight. Big ups to the late horror show. Emily's Adventures in Horrorland, here we go. And you know we gotta keep them dice rolling. MD Who Entertainment, she's been chosen. Give it up for the evil outcast. Swedish mom is dope, yo, you know she got class. So if you get bad vibes from storytelling, then these monsters in my mind will leave you yelling. You see, we all about hearing stranger stories. Auntie Creeps so sweet, she really got love for me. Penny Tailsup, narrating for the win. Queenie Tade, amazing, but real dark and grim. Dementor centaurs, flickathon, swamp dwellers. Scolded 22, they be our fellas. Anime Atome, time he lives. Our fantastic panic, deep paranormal history. Great graphics. What's up, Bullispedia? I meant CP. I'm gonna get so bent with nefarious TV. Slumberies are the morbid. Cap 7, truly salmon. And we can never forget about Karen. 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 Karen.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're about to go now, but we wanted to wish you all a great night. If you haven't joined our Discord, please do so, because we're gonna go to the after party right now. Thank you.
After party, let's do it.
Thank you so much for being here for me today, for us, and you guys are great. You really are. Thank you, Dementor Centaur. Goodbye to you too. Goodbye, 13 past midnight, Auntie Creeps. Let me scroll up. Puerto Rican showcasing Bad Sheba. Who else was here today, honey?
The Frank the Tank was in the house. A local nightmare. We had 13 past midnight.
13 past midnight.
We had Karen.
Yeah.
Aisha was in here for a little something.
Space Oddity Kana was here as well.
Space Oddity Kana was also in the house.
Philia.
It was deep. We had people like Chris Lars. Those are people that I've never even seen before up in here. It was beautiful.
And once again, thank you to Penny and Auntie Creeps for being such gracious guests to us. We really appreciate it. You girls were great, you know. Yeah, whoever what is wrong with my mic? Whoever hasn't subscribed yet, please do. Lurkers are welcome. And hey, if you have friends, family, a parole officer, tell them about the show. They'll have a good time.
That's
you know.
Right. You know something? It seems like we hit a wall with subscribers. So if you could help us out and scurry some subscribers over our way, we'd appreciate that.
Can't wait to have you guys back again. It's gonna be great. We are gonna work very, very hard for you. Thank you so much for everything that you girls and you guys do. You're all so amazing. I don't even know what else to say. You guys are great. But see you guys. We will be back again next week, Monday. You know, we're gonna stream Monday through Friday. So you guys have a great evening. And hey, Dezombified friends, as always, watch your six. This mic was... Hold on. Hey, if somebody could give a local nightmare the Discord link, that would be great. We will appreciate it.
Push to talk.
Exactly. Right there on the in the chat, if somebody could put the link for a local nightmare, we'll greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I love you. Good night.